Well, it's been a quiet week here in Lake Scabagon, my hometown. This week, the Squids celebrate their centennial episode with their bucket list guest, Ethan Luck. They discuss his new solo album, touring with McNown, NA beers, covering songs, Switchfoot, Guerilla Rodeo, heights, lawn care, spicy foods, and more with this supersized episode.
Always and forever.
Guys,
I'll be here for you. We will be friends forever and ever.
Forever and ever and ever.
I tried lyrics from End of the Road. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Plank Eye Goodbye. There's not enough room in the Patreon name to like get anywhere, to get enough of the lyrics where it would make sense. You know what I mean?
It's difficult to
recognize
say.
it. Goodbye
I just wanted
after only one life. Yeah.
I just wanted although we've come to the end of the road, still we won't let go. That's all I want to put on there. I just want all that.
You need to like take vowels out of the words or something.
Right? I didn't put that much effort into seeing if I could make it work, but
Based off of Joe and Reese blatantly ripping us off with their Sarah McLachlan infomercial.
Yes.
after the NPR bit, they're stealing all our stuff, guys.
I know, they're stealing all.
Shut that podcast down.
Joe in the background, in the arms of an angel. And he did the same way I do
enough.
it. I was offended and also flattered.
They better quit before we hit them with that cease and desist.
Right.
Well, we don't talk about him anymore.
Nope.
Nope.
Sounds like they're about to cease and desist anyways, right?
Ooh, ASMR.
Very nice.
You know, as I was waiting in the waiting room, I opened up mine. I went, crap, that was quality content that I just wasted.
What if I can hear a little glug glug, you think?
Oh, yeah.
So what? Gosh, guys, how do the Dingies not even make the Wikipedia article? I feel like I need to do some Wikipedia article editing while we're talking to him.
Yeah. Hey, happy episode 100p.
Yeah.
100 P.
100p.
Happy Failure Puddle Friday.
That's right.
Can you do that one more time? I totally cut you off. Can we? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was piggybacking off of what you were saying.
Oh well.
You
Oh, well.
All right, let's try that again. Hey guys, it's episode 100p.
100p. Woo!
Happy
Woo.
Failure
Bow,
Puddle
bow,
Friday.
bow.
Cheers, everybody.
Oh, much better. Leave it all in. The Webby Awards are coming up.
Are they?
And
How many categories are we nominated in?
You can nominate a podcast, and I put us in for a Webby nomination.
Is there like fan voting or something?
I'm happy just to be nominated.
We're nominated. Can we update our podcast bio to say Webby nominated podcast?
For your consideration.
I think that's a good idea.
Is this when we get Matt Thiessen to write a letter of recommendation? Is that how it goes?
Guys, I've been irrationally excited all week.
Well, don't get your hopes too high, right? Because what if?
No, he would never hurt us.
What if? What if I emailed him? He's like, sorry, 5 hours later.
If we get hurt tonight, we will never reach out to a Supertone again. If it happened, then all the jokes from the Pickle and Boot Shop would become our new truth. Like we would, we're gonna replace them at the top 3 with a bunch of believers. That's what's gonna happen.
Or Oscar Isaac's Scott, man.
Dude, what is it with the internet erupting about that like every 3 years or something?
I know.
Right.
It's like it's always
heard
like no
about
one's ever heard it before. Because the first time I was surprised, but now I guess I know, and
Look, I just
maybe there's
wanted-
just like
for
widening
those that
concentric
didn't know.
circles. Yeah, exactly.
I just
We're
wanted
getting to the
them to
mainstream
be surprised
fans.
again.
Yeah. Hey, have you heard of Star Wars? Did you know that guy from Star Wars had a ska band?
What?
What?
A Christian ska band?
How many people sent it to you this go round? I got like 4 different people sent me that.
I sent it because somebody sent it to me. And I'm like, hey, thanks, guys. I'm like, relevant? Thanks, relevant, for being relevant.
But it
I
really
didn't know that
was.
Hayden Christensen was Canadian. That guy from Star Wars.
Yeah. I don't
Oscar
think
Isaac
I'd
from
given it
Inside Llewyn
consideration of where he was from. The doorbell rang.
Davis. Oh, guys, the doorbell rang.
The doorbell rang. We have a visitor.
Who's our mystery guest?
Your doorbell?
Yeah, been thinking
I've been
about the
thinking
doorbell.
about my doorbell.
When you gonna ring it? When you gonna ring it?
They rang it.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right there.
Right.
That band. All right.
Wait a minute. Who are we talking to?
to?
Oh,
No
up,
way. Is this the
fellas?
real, actual Ethan Luck?
What was I just watching, by the way? It's like an old hardcore show or something.
Yeah,
Is that like the equivalent of like waiting room music?
That's right.
Oh
it
yeah.
was
I'm glad it worked.
Fugazi waiting room.
Oh, it really was. I didn't hear the audio, so
I didn't
yeah.
hear the audio either, but yeah,
wasn't
Figure out
quite sure
can't
what
make
I
it
was- what I
auto
was
play with the audio.
watching there.
always makes me laugh just a little bit.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of us here happening.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we like to
Yeah.
overwhelm right at the very beginning.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Well, hey, it's real nice to have you here. Thank you for making some time for us. I
Oh,
don't know
yeah,
if
no
you
worries,
know
dude.
how excited we are to do this, but I'll just speak for all of us. We're very nervous because we like your stuff a lot. We like you a lot. We're big
Nervous? Oh,
fans.
man.
So I hear that's
Oh,
the
man.
best way to start an interview.
I wasn't nervous, but now what am I supposed to be?
Yeah, it's now it's a little now it's weird.
Ooh, I know. Thanks for making it weird, Brock. That's how they do it in Oregon.
I'm just like every once in a while I'll get hit up. There's a lot of podcast stuff I'll get asked to do, and I'll usually just turn it down for no reason other than I'm just so busy and I'm always on the road and stuff. But
Sure.
I'm just always kind of still baffled that anyone would want to talk to me about anything I've done. You know what I mean? It always just feels. I'm very honored and I'm very humbled by it. But I'm always like, oh, okay. I guess someone still cares.
Yeah. Well, we feel the same way, except no one wants to talk to us. So
Well, I'm here. I showed up.
I know, Brock. Let's start over, buddy. I mean, you're really
should we clear this slate and go back to the
You're
beginning?
selling us real well right now, bro.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Brock is like a celebrity, at least on that Old School
There
Tooth
we
and Nail
go.
Facebook group. I
Right.
mean, I feel like the first time I saw him holding a photo with the most perfectly groomed mustache that would put Tom Selleck in the '80s to shame,
Yep.
and everyone's
Wow.
every time he posts a photo holding a record, it's just like, dude,
I
this
know.
dude's like, this guy means business, you know.
Yep. We're enamored, really, every time.
Yeah.
Brock, I should have hit you up. I just played in Portland like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. No, I think we talked about it when we were setting this up, and I wish that I didn't even think about the fact that one, you play with Max, and two, Max
Yeah.
comes to Oregon, and so yeah, it was just
He's
by
from
the time
Oregon,
I knew
so
about it, it was too late. Yeah.
Anytime we do a full U.S. tour, like we're gonna play Oregon. I mean, he's that dude is like so Oregon proud, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you played guitar on this tour, right?
Yeah, I've been playing guitar with him since his very first show, actually. So,
Okay.
Wow.
Is
Yeah.
that like lead, rhythm, a little bit of both?
Yeah,
Kinda
man,
whatever he
mostly
needs?
lead. Our other guitar player, Lee, he not Lee, his name isn't Lead. Lee, Lee. He does. There's like 2 songs where he'll take the lead, but I'm primarily the lead guitar player. No big deal.
Well, I think you may or may not know, Ethan, that we do a lot of bullshit on this show, a lot of just kind of up, down, here, there, what have you. It may feel unstructured, but Kevin does really the Lord's work in kind of assembling it into something that's listenable afterwards. And so hopefully that is okay with you. But is there anything that you need to know before we jump into it?
Praise be to He.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
You righteous Gemstones fans out there. That's
Yes,
right.
thank
Righteous
you.
Gemstones.
Misbehaving.
What was the question? I already forgot. Anything,
Just if you
like-
had any questions before we really dive into it and take you all over the place.
Oh no, man! I just figured we were going already.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, we are.
Having
Make no mistake.
good. Having done podcasting for like 7 to 8 years at one point, like I'm always like, in my mind goes straight to like, we're in the red. It's recording for sure, no matter what. You know.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's where all the best stuff comes, right?
Anything could be released.
That's exactly So I got
And probably will be.
mind my P's and Q's. Well, that's why I chose non-alcoholic beer tonight. So
Oh, there you go. Is that the
well.
Coors NA?
yeah, well, so I don't drink anymore, and but I love NA beers and just the cheap ones, like Athletic.
Yeah.
All that stuff's really tasty, but it's just expensive, you know. And
Right. A little heavy.
For some reason, you can't get these in Tennessee. I don't know why. I've gotten them in all the surrounding states. So I was in Florida last week down in Panama City, and there's this little local grocery store that sells them for like $7 a 6-pack. So I bought like 6 of them, six
There you
packs,
go.
and brought them back.
That's 36 bottles.
Exactly. I've already gone through quite a few. But yeah, I love this stuff. It's good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We've been dabbling in a bunch of NA beers like over the last year on this show. Brock usually goes with like the Athletic. I've been doing a lot of like Mash Gang and Go Brewing and stuff like that.
Nice. Yeah, everybody's doing it now. Like, I think I read something online a while back that like Gen Z is the first generation that's drinking an unbelievable amount less. And so it's just, and not only that, but people like me that like stop drinking, like it's still nice to taste something, or if you're hanging out, there's a party or a gathering or whatever, it's like I still feel like included a little bit, and it's really just the tangible part of it, like holding something, and it could be a LaCroix or whatever, but not tonight.
Yeah.
I pulled out the good stuff for you guys.
We appreciate it.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah.
I feel like I got the Coors years ago, and they probably had a different title, a different label for it at that time. I'm trying to, because I remember trying them all. I've done a sober September since 2015, I think.
Nice.
And this year I'm not drinking anything for the majority. I went to Nashville in January, and then I came back and stopped drinking then. And I'll pick it up in Christmas. I think this year is my plan. So,
dude, the last place I drank was Oregon, actually. So
is that right? Okay.
in Coos Bay, Oregon was the last place I threw it back quite a bit with my friend Brett.
Oh, there you go. Were you there for that festival that they did?
In Coos Bay?
Yeah.
No, I've never played in Coos Bay. Last time I did a festival, there was just this last summer in it was like near, I think it was Redmond, I think.
Okay.
No, one of my good friends, Brett, I'm sure you guys remember the band, the W's.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He was the trumpet player, and then he played trumpet in the Supertones for the last like 2 years while we were a band. And he's still one of my like best friends, and so me and my wife went out there and stayed for like 9 days with his mom at his mom's house, and like hung out. She's got a jacuzzi on the back deck, and like every night we were just like having drinks, making cocktails, like hanging out in the jacuzzi, just listening to music. And on the flight home, like I rarely ever got hungover. Like my wife always hated me for it, because if we had like a long night or whatever, the next day she's like, I feel like hell. And I'm like, I'm going to go mow the lawn, But anyways, I remember like on the way back, I don't know why, it just popped in my head. I'm like, I'm going to take it kind of like, sober September or whatever. I was just like, I'm going to take a little 30-day self-check break. And then a month went by, 2 months went by, and then I just didn't really miss it. And I just never went back. And that was like,
you're still checking. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just still making sure after 2.5 years.
Yeah. No, good work. I respect that. It's a good choice.
Feeling good about it.
Coos Bay is a fun little town. The
is.
reason I thought of it was that PFR played there last summer, and I intended to get down there because they don't play anywhere much, but they were there, and then I missed them. I think Bruce Hornsby was playing Portland, and so I wasn't able to split the difference, because I had seen PFR and I hadn't seen Bruce in a while.
I feel like Bruce Hornsby was the right choice.
It was good stuff. He puts on a good show,
and I know Mark Nash, PFR's drummer, pretty well. He's lived here in Nashville forever, and I think he would agree with me that Bruce Hornsby was the right choice.
I never told him that, because he and I have communicated a little bit, and I never told him, hey, here's why I didn't show up there. But yeah.
Now, was the Range there? Was it Bruce Hornsby and the Range?
Oh boy, the Range. I feel like the Range quit pretty early. They were like mid 90s or something, when he wasn't making range records anymore. I think he did solo, and I mean, it's always been Bruce and like a bunch of other wildly ridiculously talented musicians. But he I think it was Bruce Hornsby's solo for a couple of years, and then he picked up the Noisemakers. So I think that's what he's touring under now. It's Bruce Hornsby and the Noisemakers.
The Noisemakers. It doesn't really have quite the ring that the Range does.
Exactly. Right. But they don't have mullets anymore, I think. I think that's the difference.
It's like Huey Lewis dropping the news. You don't want to drop the news.
Who wants to see Huey Lewis without the news?
Right. Yeah, you don't want to see like Huey Lewis and the Rumors or something.
Right.
I want to see the
Fantastic.
News, man.
Huey Lewis and the periodicals.
Yeah, exactly. Totally.
The tabloids. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, Huey Lewis and the tabloids. Yeah.
That'd be good for a cover band, maybe.
Yeah.
That would be good. Yeah. The tabloids. I like that, man. You got me thinking. I don't need to start another band.
Right, but you could. Louis Hewis and the Tabloids.
Louis Hewis. I could, yes, totally.
Louis Hewis. Oh, TM.
I would love to see Huey. I've got a huge heart for Huey Lewis records. They're so good. He was just like a pop song writing machine back then, man. So good.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't he have the same, like a similar, he kind of lost his ability to sing in the past, 10, 15 years or something?
It was really severe. He didn't lose his ability to sing. He just has really severe tinnitus.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Years of not using in-ear monitors. And
that's
even with,
right, yeah.
Even with in-ear monitors, you can damage your hearing if you turn up your belt pack too loud. I saw an interview with him. I can't remember if it was like one of those morning shows, and he was talking about basically when he wakes up is when he figures out if he can sing that day, and his tinnitus is so bad he'll lay in bed and he'll scratch the sheets with his finger, and if that's too loud, he knows that he's basically done for the day.
Oh, geez. Wow.
Pretty crazy. Yeah. Like I probably have like mild tinnitus. Like there's always a ringing in my ear because I mean I've been on in-ears since 2008, but before that, like from first 10 years of my touring career was just like a monitor just right next to me, whether I'm on drums or guitar, just blaring, and
just compensating for everything else.
When you're young, it's just like loud is best, and that's still true. Like a guitar amp sounds best when you turn it up way too loud. That's why you do it in the studio. But yeah, it ain't good for your hearing, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was going to ask. It sounds like you said you've got a little bit going on. So
I mean, a little bit. Like if I go to bed and like my wife goes to bed way before I do, like at least 4 to 5 hours before me, because she works super early in the morning. But sometimes the TV will still be on in the bedroom, and I'm like stoked because I think because I've toured for so long and the sounds of a tour bus and the engine or if we're parked, the generator, I'm used to noise on the road while I sleep. So when I go to bed and there's no noise, like all I hear is my ears ringing.
Yeah.
And it's not bad. It's not like I'm super concerned. I mean, I take care of my hearing now, or I have for the last, since like I said, 08.
Right.
But I don't know. Interview me again when I'm 70 and we'll see what happens.
Let's go.
What? All right, put you down on the calendar. Yeah. Pete, write that down.
Got it.
Yeah, we can just do today's date, Let's
just Google invite coming. Yeah.
Gosh, I just realized if my math is correct, like I'll be in less than 25 years, I'll be 70. God, that's depressing.
Right.
Honestly, the biggest reason we podcast is to remind ourselves how close that is
of our mortality. Yeah.
When you put it that way, it's like, oh man, like I don't like I just turned 47. Like I don't know what's the date. Oh, actually a month ago today.
Happy birthday!
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
We celebrate all year around here.
Same birthday as my sister.
Oh, nice. Really?
Yeah. If it's
Fellow
16th,
Libras.
October
16th. That's right. Yeah. So, and
wait. You said October 16th?
Yeah.
That's my wife's birthday. Well done.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Man.
Your wife's birthday? The same as my sister, Pete.
Yeah.
Also,
she's younger, but yeah.
John Mayer's birthday is October 16th.
Oh, come on.
And one of my favorite musicians ever, Flea, is October 16th as well.
Oh, right.
Popular day.
I remember I first found that out when I was young. My dad's cousin, so I think that means he's my first cousin once removed.
Okay.
Something like that. He used to get me really cool gifts for my birthday and Christmas. Like he bought me my first skateboard. And one year he got me like a bunch of little things. And one was like this, the radio station in LA, K-Rock.
Yeah.
He got me a K-Rock calendar. And this was probably in like 1990 or 91. I was maybe like just about to start junior high or something, and it had like musicians' birthdays in it. And I remember I went right to my birthday and it said Flea of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And I thought that was just the coolest thing. Because
awesome.
I'd just gotten into that band when I was, probably 7th grade or something. But
that's perfect.
Good time. Is this what you had planned? We're talking about birthdays and
100%.
Precisely.
I mean, honestly,
we're going to dive into astrology and numerology next.
That is what our show does. So.
Some enneagrams or something.
There you go.
I'm an ESFJ. No, wait, sorry, that was Myers-Briggs. Never mind. That's the next.
Oh, Myers-Briggs. That's the other one I was thinking of.
Right.
I did that one time, and I think it was like ENFJ or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, ENF.
I think that's what I got too. Yeah.
ENFP.
Kevin, there's no way you're an extrovert.
Right? That's why I was like This is bullshit.
I remember my wife and I and two friends, we were driving down to Florida. That's like our vacation spot because it's the closest beach, and both of us being West Coasters, like we miss the beach all the time, so it's the closest we can get. And on the drive down, they were all doing that and like figuring out what like Enneagram or Myers-Briggs thing they were, and then they're like, all right, let's do Ethan's. And like they're reading off everything. And basically when they came up with the results, it was like, this is literally Ethan, like a description of him. Like it was so accurate. Like, and same thing with like when you read about, I'm not really into astrology, but like, I always say I'm a Libra, whatever.
Yeah, right.
But one day I like finally looked, I'm like, what all is entailed in a Libra? And I looked and I was like, me. Like everything about it was pretty spot on.
I ignored the Enneagram for a long time, and then I did a master's program that was like a lot of, anyway, it was involved in it. And I found out that I was an 8, and it's basically a biography. It was like, totally. I had classmates that were like, I don't really agree with this. I don't like it. And I was like, nah, it's like someone wrote it specifically for me. It was weird how right it was.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. Yeah.
I'll have to do that. Yeah.
Like my other friends that were with us, where it was like, they were like whatever number, and then it was like a wing or whatever. It's like you're like an 8, but kind of a 9 or whatever. They had all that, and I was just like one thing.
Yep.
So
wow.
Pretty easy for me, I guess.
We're gonna have to do that because if I'm gonna have my biography told, I got to figure this out.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, Kevin, you got some cool stuff behind you, man. I keep looking behind you at all those awesome album covers. Are those vinyl or is that just like flats? Like
most of them are vinyl,
cool.
except for the Squad 501. That one's a flat.
Nice, very cool. Yeah. I remember most of those records. I sold all my Tooth and Nail vinyl. I don't know. I kind of regret it now. I sold it to somebody on that Tooth and Nail page on Facebook.
Right.
Yeah. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but
they must have been very happy. I wish it was me.
Dude, they were really stoked. And I think I priced everything like at the median price that Discogs said. Mm-hmm. And it was just one of those things. I was going through my record collection. I've got a lot because I've been collecting since maybe 99. And I acquired a lot of Tooth and Nail stuff from being on the label over the years, and I realized I had
playing in most of the bands.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I ever got was a free copy of the record.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember like going through all that stuff because I had it all kind of in its own little category, and I was like, man, I never listened to this stuff ever. And just on a whim, I was like, you know what? I think someone else would enjoy it. I'd rather someone else be playing that's on their turntable and stuff. The only stuff I kept, like I sold. I had a original copy of like Life in General and Teenage Politics and all these records, and like the early MXPX 7-inches, and the only ones I kept though, because I know they're worth a lot of money, is the Starflyer. I have 2 Starflyer records now. And I kept the Brothers Martin record and Joy Electric Robot Rock because I love that record.
Okay.
Because it's basically an electronic pop punk record.
On the Robot Rock record, do you have the black or the white version?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, let me open Discogs while we're sitting here.
I love that. Yeah.
I like this, by the way, dudes, I like this format because I feel like we're all just kind of hanging out at, and we're online.
We're about to get to the hard-hitting journalism. Just
no, we're
not.
Oh, man.
Brock, do you have the black and the white version? Is that why you asked? Just to let us know.
I have the white, but I never knew there was a black version until, I just assumed that was how they printed that.
Oh, so you want to buy his if he has it?
Well, basically, yeah.
All right, let's see which one I have. Man, the Discogs app updated recently, and there's
it's kind of good and bad, right? Like they improved some things, but then they made some things worse.
Like the fun thing is you can now finally, after all these years, sort by value, which is kind of fun,
right? Which is the most important reason to have Discogs,
right? I mean, it's nice that every once in a while I'm like, oh, that Guns N' Roses live era vinyl I have is worth. Somebody paid $1,200 for it or whatever. Like average goes for like $500. They're about to reissue.
Wow. Jeez.
There used to be like a notes section on an album, but I'm not seeing it anymore. That's
no problem. Honestly, it's probably the least important answer to all the questions we're going to ask you tonight. But
I am
curious because I'm a fellow owner.
I mean, according to the photos of the one I put in here, it's black, but I don't know. If
sure.
I'd have to go if I have some vinyl here.
This just a little bit.
This is spillover from. There's 2 more of those filled upstairs, and there's
I dig that.
There's a bunch stacked on my speakers, and I've got I've got over here in the corner. I've got a record case I take on the road when I buy vinyl, and that is like 3/4 full. I haven't even pulled that out from tour yet. So
Yep.
It's an excellent idea to have something to collect in while you, because then, because my problem when I'm traveling is always like, I'd love to maybe pick up an LP or two, but how am I going to protect it in my little JanSport? And
there are our other guitar player on the road has he got this one off Amazon. It's like it maybe holds like 15 records or something, and it's like collapsible. When it's empty, you can kind of collapse it and like put it in your suitcase easily.
That's a great idea.
So just look on Amazon and you'll find one.
Yeah.
Like he brings on the road all the time. I've just had this thing when I first moved to Nashville. The first time I moved here, I was living with Mojo from the Supertones. And he had one, so I went down to the local record store at the time called Great Escape. It's still here, but and they had one of those, and back then they were like $25 or something. And I've had that thing since 2001, and it's just like, I used to have like band stickers on it, and I've since covered all that up with just record store stickers. So the whole thing is covered in like record stores I've been to all over the world, and it's kind of fun little thing. But yeah, dude, if when you're traveling, and you collect vinyl, like some kind of case is a must. It's nice and handy.
I just saw somebody online talking about collecting 7-inch records or cassettes, because like that's a thing you can easily transport when you're traveling. And often if I've been traveling, I don't think I've done this yet, but I've always thought like if I find something I really can't leave behind, I could always just like get a box and ship it home to myself. But then you're putting it in the care of the mail system as well, which they do well often, but who knows?
Yeah. I always get nervous when I order a record. Like I don't know if you know the band The Living End from Australia.
Oh yeah.
They're like
Roll On.
I don't know if you can see it in the corner. There's no light back there. They have a Living End flag back there in the corner.
Sweet.
It's covered up my breaker box.
Next to your Metallica flag, yeah.
Yeah, and I got that on Warped Tour at the time in 2008 when Death Magnetic was coming out. They had a team on Warped Tour like promoting it, and they had those things like flying like flags. And throughout the tour, I kept bugging this one dude. I'm like, hey, when the tour's done, are you just going to toss that? He's like, yeah. I'm like, give it to me. I want it. And so I still have it.
I'll get rid of it for you.
Yeah, totally. I'm happy to throw it away.
Right. You were talking about the transporting while you're on the road. That it makes me think about Jason from Unoriginal Vinyl, because he's always traveling and always buying vinyl. I wonder what he uses on the road. I didn't even get to ask him that.
I don't know what he does.
Yeah.
We were literally just texting like an hour ago. He's working on something that I was a part of that I can tell you, but I don't know when this episode's coming out, and if it's coming out like next week, you'll have to edit it out.
I've got a couple of questions about analog media for you.
Sure.
One, Ethan, if you had a chance, would you play second guitar in Joy Electric? Let's say Cloud couldn't make it to some sort of reunion performance. Is that something you would do?
I mean, if I was just like,
yeah.
I'm not really good at keys. I can play them kind of like with my own music. I usually have B3 organ on everything, like a digital B3, and I play it myself, but it takes a few takes, and it's mostly 2 or 3 note chords at a time. But if Ronnie called me and he said, hey man, I want you to play keys at this Joy Electric show, and I'm going to have a guitar there for you. Here's the parts. If I was available, I would practice my ass off, and I would do my best.
Okay, we'll make sure he hears this, because it'd be cool for that to happen. It's one of the few on the roster that you haven't played with, right? I can think of.
If we're really counting, there's a lot of that I haven't played with. I just me and Jesse Sprinkle like to, and like Matt Johnson, I think probably get teased the most of like, usually the quote is, you've played in every Tooth and Nail band. I'm like, actually, if you really count them, it's like not that many. It's just been, I was with Tooth and Nail in some form for so long, and as a musician, like band member or like studio musician, photographer, or whatever. So, but I've always loved Joy Electric. I covered a Joy Electric song forever ago. It never got released or anything, but I did it. Oh yeah, I did it before I met Ronnie, and I did it because I just love the song, and I was like, I'm gonna keep this like handy in case I ever meet him, and I could show him or give him back then I burnt a CD, and then I started running into him around Orange County and stuff, because he lived, I think, in Irvine or something. And I'd always see him at Tower Records in El Toro, California, like, in the like dance electronic section and stuff. And we started kind of becoming acquaintances, and then we played a festival together at one point. And I had one of my early laptops with me, and I had the song on that laptop, and I found someone at the festival that had a CDR, and I burnt it on there, and I gave it to him. And I said, "Hey, I covered a song from 5 Stars for Failure, the song 'Keep 'Em in Your Thoughts.'"
Keep them in your thoughts. That's a great song.
It was like one of the first maybe 5 or 6 songs I ever recorded when GarageBand first came out. So the drums sound kind of cheesy and stuff, but yeah, I did a "Keep 'Em in Your Thoughts" cover. And I remember telling Brandon at the time, sorry, if you haven't noticed yet, I will start going on tangents if you let me. If you don't,
Perfect.
If you don't rein me in.
Welcome to our show.
And we're here for it. And you're a resident. Yeah.
So anyways, to come back around, I love Coors Edge.
And the Righteous Gemstones. And I'll get back to that later on.
Yeah.
But I told Brandon, and I recently reminded him of this because I don't know if it would work now, but I gave him it was back when Tooth and Nail had a lot of cool compilations like Artcore and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Fans of Tooth and Nail love that stuff. And I told him back in the day, I said, "Hey, I did a cover of a Joy Electric song." I said, "You don't have to include it if you want to take my idea, but I think a great idea for a Tooth and Nail comp would be Tooth and Nail bands covering other Tooth and Nail bands and call it Keep It in the Family."
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that would have been rad because
That would
obviously
be so cool.
Yeah,
Definitely.
like MXPX, I think, did a Joy Electric song at one point.
Right.
Yep.
Drum Machine Joy.
Drum Machine
Joy. That's right. Yeah. And so I just thought, man, what a cool concept that would be. Like if back then the Supertones did, whatever, like a Blenderhead song or something, or I don't know. But and I told him about it again. We talked about it not too long ago, and he was like, "Yeah, that would have been a really good idea, like in the early 2000s." I'm like, "I told you."
I mean, honestly, it still would be a great idea.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
I mean, even if it was like bands from like 95 to 05 or whatever, I would call that like the golden years, maybe.
Definitely.
And even if it was just bands like specifically picked from that era, to even if they're not together, like, hey, get together and record something or do it remotely or whatever. Like if you're like me and you've got a recording setup, it's really easy to do nowadays. So.
Right.
I think it'd be a great idea for a compilation. I will re-record Keep 'Em in Your Thoughts for it if that ever happens.
Sweet.
I was going to say, is there any way that we or our listeners get to hear that at some point?
I can email it to you if you want. I'm sure it's on.
That'd be awesome.
I'm sure it's on one of the 5 hard drives that are sitting in front of me right now.
There we go.
I keep things pretty organized and archived as far as like what I've done and stuff. So I'm sure it'll be easy to find. Email to you. I recorded it back. I was living in San Clemente, California. It was. Yeah, I moved back to California from Nashville, so I think I recorded in 2003. So early GarageBand program drums, but I loved it. I wanted it to sound like if the Living End recorded. I know it wasn't like fast like Punkabilly,
Sure,
right.
But I wanted it to kind of sound like if the Living End covered it. Like so, it's still like a similar tempo and stuff like that, but it's like big guitars, and I wrote like a cool guitar solo for it and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Fantastic.
That's awesome.
I'll find it and email it over.
Is your cover of Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife on that hard drive somewhere too?
It is. Yeah, it is. That was recorded right here in this room. Yeah.
Oh. So this is what I'm thinking. Stay with me here. Ready?
Okay.
A little cover of the Righteous Gemstones, Misbehaving. Do your version.
Oh, man. Oh, dude.
That would be sick.
God, that would be really fun.
A side, B side,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you could. Yeah, you just throw into There Will Be Some Payday.
Yeah, they fit together so well too. It only makes sense.
So just putting that out there. Whatever you do with it, whatever. But that would be amazing.
So my second question was to open up another thing for Pete to ask more questions. But you were photographing Switchfoot when I saw them on their beautiful Letdown tour. Were you shooting analog or digital?
Digital.
Okay. Yeah.
You
don't run out of film that way, right?
Definitely not. Yeah. I don't shoot a ton of film these days, but I mean, I still have a few film cameras, and I mean, my go-to would be just like a Canon AE1, which is probably behind me. I think it's back there behind my stack of hats that I need to figure out what to do with.
There you go.
It's a mess down here. It's normally there's not guitars on the couch, but like I was recording today, so they have stuff out and whatever.
That's okay.
Perfect.
That's actually an old in my world of that was the main rhythm guitar tracks for Loud and Clear right there, Supertones.
Oh, is that right?
Oh,
nice.
that's our world. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just won, I guess. I was on eBay and I found one of those buy it now things for Loud and Clear on cassette. So
Oh, nice.
I'm excited to receive that. Yeah.
I found that randomly on Amazon.
Oh, is that right?
Some like, small little seller or whatever. I just found it and it was like $8 and I was like, and
sometimes Amazon comes through. Yeah.
Totally. And I didn't, at the time, I didn't know it was on cassette. I think somebody on that Tooth and Nail group or something mentioned it. And I was like, we put that on cassette? I didn't remember that. So
Right.
I found it and bought it. So,
Yeah.
Right.
at least
So you've
I
never
could,
played. Oh, sorry.
I was just saying, I mean, most of this stuff, it's like I'm going to pass on to like my niece one day because I don't have kids. So,
Right.
and I keep all the stuff I've played on. Like one of the, I'm making this backwards. My bottom left or whatever is like, that's all stuff I've been a part of.
Okay.
That's on vinyl. So there's like, Demon Hunter records down there, that Dingy's test pressing.
Very cool.
Bunch of Reliant K stuff, because everything was on vinyl for that band.
That's right. Yep.
I mean, I wish there would be more Supertone stuff, but maybe we can one day. That'd be
Same.
cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the question again?
Oh, I was just going to throw to Pete for Switchfoot questions. Do you have
right,
questions
yeah.
about that whole run, Pete?
That was all, digital. Sorry, yes, because those dudes. I mean, and now with social media nowadays, it's like the second the show ended, I was racing upstairs to a little room and editing, and I would get them like 10 photos within like 15 minutes of the show ending, and then
That's right.
then I would just sit there and edit until loadout was done and send them, upload a folder to Dropbox, and so everything on that 20th anniversary tour was all me. It worked out great. It was like right in between two touring gigs for me as a musician.
Yeah.
And Chad hit me up out of nowhere, and because I've known those guys forever, and he was like, "Dude, you were kind of around when we were writing these songs, like when they were on tour with the Supertones back in the day." He's like, "We thought you would be a great person to bring out because of your history with us." I was like, "Hey, I'm free. Let's do this."
That's
Nice.
sick.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think that's one of the last times we actually talked was because in one of those tours, I don't know if it was Beautiful Letdown, but you were also doing the VIP stuff.
That was weird.
Yeah, it was, and when you're out on tour with, I mean, I've been following those guys for years too. So it's like when you're out with them, you're doing all kinds of different stuff. So like, I know it's either you or Josh Pfeiffer or
Right,
or way back Beatty. It's whoever's doing it.
Yeah.
You're doing everything. Right?
Yeah, man, that was definitely weird because like I'm used to going on the road and kind of having one job.
Yeah, right.
And it was like I got the phone call and I was like, "Hey, you want to do photography in this tour?" I'm like, "Yeah, that'd be awesome." And then like a few days later, another phone call. It's like, "Hey, we might have you just kind of manage VIP." I was like, "What does that mean?" They're like, just kind of like just check people in. I'm like, "Okay, that sounds easy enough." Well, and then it proved to be kind of weird because like a lot of the bands I came from are very adjacent with Switchfoot in that world of like the Christian music world. So like every show someone's recognizing me, which is not it's not that big a deal, but sometimes it's weird. Because some people are just weird and like I'm chill and I'm easy-going, and like if people are like, "Hey, are you Ethan Luck?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh, that's cool." And then it was always like, "What are you doing?" Like, I'm like, "Well, I'm a photographer for Switchfoot on this tour, but I'm also like checking off names for VIP, So some days it was kind of weird, and then there's just some people that are kind of like they're a little much, I should say.
Oh yeah. I mean, being in that circle, I completely understand. Yeah.
Yep.
But I was, I'm just out there touring with my friends, just paying the bills, So
for sure.
I was like, yeah, I'll do the VIP thing, sure. But they kept me busy for sure.
And then you get these weirdos who are like, "Hey, tell me a little bit about Guerilla Rodeo."
You mean this one? Oh, good transition, Kevin.
Pete, I didn't know you had that physically.
Because I do, and
I
because
haven't seen that. I'm jealous.
I was the one that
That's
came
on my
up to
want
you
list.
in Albany, New York, and said, "Hey, when are you going to put out more Guerilla Rodeo?" And you were very gracious by going, "Well, it's in Reese's court. I'd love to do it."
It is, yeah. I mean, I wrote like 7 or 8 songs for him, and I said, "Hey, I wrote these. It's kind of in that style. If you want to do like a Guerilla Rodeo Part 2, like I'll write all the music, and then I'll get Sonny to play on it and John Warren to play bass.
Yeah,
and we can do it remotely. Like Reese lives he's in Virginia, so he lives. I think from Nashville, it's like 5.5 hours or something. I was like, dude, you should come down for the weekend and just knock out a bunch of vocals. We can really make something happen, and it'd just be for fun, you know.
Yeah.
And I think I wrote those songs like, God, 5 years ago or something like that. I wrote a bunch during the pandemic because there was nothing else to do. I wasn't on the road. So, I've tried a few times. I'm not trying to throw shade at Reese here.
Oh, gosh, no. Yeah.
He's a busy man, and I know he's got other musical projects he's kind of doing now too. So I just told him, dude, I'm here whenever you're ready. If you want to do it, I'll write some tunes and stuff like that. So.
Well, now that they're ending this this podcast, maybe you'll have a little bit more time to do a part 2. You know,
it is near.
I think it'd be fun. I just like, I don't know. I know some people, you got a family and a full-time job and things like that. It's a little harder, for me. Like I tour full-time, so when I'm home, I'm just home. Like, like right now, I'm off for basically all of November, but one show we just did last week. So I'm just kind of chilling, like doing home stuff and family stuff, but yard work and whatnot or whatever. But I'm also like sitting down here and like I just finished mixing and mastering my next solo record last night.
Oh, cool!
Oh, that's cool.
Because I finally have the time to sit down and do it. I've written on the road, I've demoed on the road, I've recorded podcasts on the road, but and it's all it's easy to do nowadays. But I would prefer to be sitting right here, in what was a garage and now my little studio. So
sure.
But yeah, Reese, if you're listening, it's up to you, man. Ball's in your court, dude.
Well,
let's isolate that and send it over to him. Yeah.
And just so you have some backstory, we refer to them as our overlords because we all met listening to Joe and Reese's Pickle and Boot Shop.
Yeah,
and
they're still our overlords.
And they're still our overlords. Yeah. And so we'll send it over to them. We'll
Perfect.
Egg them in the right direction.
Yeah, love it. I love it.
Ethan, you tell me if this is a timeout question or not, but. Okay. There was a covers EP that came out in the in the unpleasant times, and
from me?
That's not around anymore, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can send it to you if you want. It was
great. I really loved it.
Oh, thank you. That was one of my 2 pandemic music. I did that my instrumental record I did during the pandemic. The only reason I took it down off streaming services is because my distribution service that I use called DistroKid. You basically have to pay a certain amount per song per month to keep it up. And I get a decent amount of streams for being a tiny artist, but I was just like looking like, at what, like I can pull money out of my bank, which it's called on DistroKid to go to my PayPal account or whatever anytime. But I just check it once a month because it's depressing if I check it every week or something like, or sometimes I'll forget and like 3 months go by and I'm like, ooh, what's it at? I'm like $17 or whatever. I just didn't really feel like it was like worth paying that every month,
the cost of the uptime for those files.
Yeah, it's really just to make sure that like the admin stuff is taken care of for like publishing for the writers of those songs, since it was a cover EP. But
that's the thing. If it's covers, it's going to cost you more. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, and really, it's just the hosting, it's more like just the back end admin work for those people to get paid. Like I'm not going to do all that,
Right.
So DistroKid they charge extra so that they'll take care of that. Like, not that I made Cyndi Lauper a lot of money, but
and Tears for Fears gets their royalties. Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was the perfect time to release Mad World, and it was a great version of Mad World.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure I thanked you for it. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. So,
no, my pleasure, man. Well, if you want the files, man, I'm pretty sure I've got it on Dropbox
I do
right now.
I do. Please. I would not say no.
I will send you all that. And that's no problem. Like, I thought about it just uploading it to Bandcamp and seeing if it'll stay up there, because it is you're not supposed to upload covers there. But I do have 2 other covers that have been on there for 10 years that I've never gotten in trouble for it or anything. So but yeah, those were really fun to record. Like it was just one of those things during the pandemic. I started messing with, I can't remember which one was first. I think it might have been Mad World. It was, because there's this really small independent artist in Florida. I don't even know her. Her name is Jerry X. And one of my old drum reps from this drum company I worked with years ago, I think at one point like played drums for her locally, and he randomly posted a clip of them playing Mad World, and it was kind of slow and vibing. She's got a really cool voice. And I was like, man, that would be a great like ska reggae cover. And I just started messing with it, and then that was the first. I think that's what kind of sparked the idea or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I wish it was easy, you know, a little cheaper just to keep it. And then it wasn't like it was a ton of money to have it online, but you had to pay X amount of dollars per song per month or whatever.
You have to do the math.
Yeah, it just didn't seem worth it. And I think like one person or two people have asked about it over the years, this being the third time. And so I was like, I don't think anyone's missing it really.
One of the many services we provide. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
How many people have asked you about hide your kids, hide your wife, though?
Man, it's been a minute.
Yeah,
I mean, God, that was, God, I don't remember what year that was, 2012 maybe?
Yeah, it was way back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was stoked about it, though.
I remember the first time someone showed me the Antoine Dodson video, the bed intruder, like, and this was, I think, it was when the Gregory brothers did they used to do auto-tune the news and stuff like that on YouTube.
Yep.
And they still do that stuff. But my friend Andy Barron, who is a photographer, who
Andy with Switchfoot for many years.
Yeah, speaking of Switchfoot, was with them for a long time. He's been with Chris Stapleton for years now.
I'm a Andy Barron for sure.
Yeah, but it was before he moved to Nashville. He was in town visiting, and he was hanging at my house, and he was like, "Have you seen this video of this thing called Bed Intruder?" I'm like, "No."
Yes.
He was like, "You got to watch the original first, and then I'll show you this other one." So he showed it to me, and I'm just like, "What is this?" And then he shows me the auto-tune version. And then at a certain point, like this was back when we were hanging with Haley from Paramore a lot, and Jordan from Newfound Glory lived in Nashville at the time, and he still owns a house here, like a mile from me. And my other good buddy Kurt lives across the street from that house. So anytime me and Kurt are hanging out, I always text Jordan a picture. I'm like, "Hey, miss you. Wish you were here." But Jordan and I would record. I don't know if you heard this silly side project we did called Domesticated. We just did it for fun. Yeah, and like we did an EP that's 5 minutes long, and it's like I think it's like 7 songs and it's 5 minutes long. But at one point I was like, "Jordan, let's record that Bed Intruder auto-tune version, like a punk rock version. It'd be kind of fun." So we did it, and then Haley had come over for dinner one night, and I played it for her. She was like, "Oh my gosh!" And I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I don't know. We need somebody to do like the voice of the other girl in the video who talks about the guy coming into her apartment." She's like, "I'll do it." I was like, "Hell yeah." So I had to like right down here in this room. I just set up a mic and I was like, "All right, do this, do that," or whatever. And that was it. And then originally she goes, "Tell me when you're going to put it up. I'll tweet it out." Like back when Twitter was like the main social media thing everyone used. And I had my own website at the time, which I got rid of years ago, but I put it up on there as like an audio file, but like this, whatever the hosting I used couldn't handle Paramore traffic apparently, because it crashed my website in seconds. So she texts me and she's like, "Hey, it's not working." And I was like, "Stand by." And I just went to YouTube and uploaded it to my YouTube channel, and it worked there. And yeah, and then 1 million people took the song and put their own videos up. So I finally just like took mine down. I was like, everyone else has it now. Who cares? It was the only video that got over 1 million views for me.
Well, and it's funny because that was Andy that actually showed me that originally way back, and he's like, "You have to see this, dude." And that was like right after because he had talked about how you guys were talking about doing it,
right?
And it's perfect. It was a lot of fun.
It was cool because like we did it, and we didn't do it to make fun of anybody, because we really thought, like, I love that dude Antoine is just like, watching him in that, and then I just thought he seemed so cool. And then I contacted the Gregory brothers just through their YouTube page and said, "Hey," at the time I was in Reliant K, I said, "This is Jordan from the band Newfound Glory, Haley from Paramore. We covered your auto-tune version of this." And they were like, "What?" They thought it was the coolest thing. And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Are you cool if I put it out just like on YouTube? But can you make sure Antoine is cool with it too?" They're like, "We showed it to him. He loves it." I was like, "Cool." I just wanted to make sure they were all good with it, because we were just, like, again, we were like, it was such a fun and hilarious video.
Right.
And we thought this would be a fun cover to do.
It was cool. Very cool.
And going along with covers, I just wanted to say I absolutely loved like all the covers that you put out, like with the podcast as well.
Thanks. All the Metallica ones.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
I think those are the ones that might still be up on Bandcamp, or at least a handful of them are.
I think so. I think I want to say like 1 or 2 of those might still be on streaming services too. I think they were at one point. Like one of the maybe like I think we did like 3 volumes of that, or maybe 4. And I know 1 or 2 of them are up there.
Yeah.
At least they were. I don't know. Yeah, that was. I mean, if I can cover Metallica, I'm stoked. I love it. It's my favorite band ever, next to the Clash. Yep. So
sure.
Yeah, and it was. Yeah. I just liked how you kind of put your own spin on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I either like went like I like one version of it. I just did them all like reggae because I was like,
yeah, that one's fantastic.
I've never really heard reggae versions of Metallica songs, and then other than that, it'd be like kind of that singer songwriter country, but by a kind of punk rock guy or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I just love covering songs. It's just fun, you know. Even if I don't put them out, I mean, I'm sure on a hard drive I've got a bunch of recordings of just random cover songs I've done that never put out because it was always something fun to do in between, like writing my own stuff or writing for whatever band I was in. You know, just something to kill time. If I had writer's block or something, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna do a cover of "I Fought the Law," but make it minor and make it sound weird and or whatever song. It's just fun as a musician just to kind of stretch yourself too. Just like, okay,
right?
Can I do this? Like, can I make it cool? Is it in the right key for me? Things like that or whatever. Yeah, it's fun to do that kind of stuff, man. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, and I think for me anyway, the covers that I always enjoy the most are the ones that like aren't like a 1-for-1 replica of it. Like it's it's got its own spin on it. Like those are the ones that I like the most.
Yeah, that gets. I mean, it's fine, I guess, if you're just doing it live for fun and the fans get stoked.
Right.
But like, I do love hearing like a really cool take on a cover song. Like,
yeah,
that's why the one that Brock mentioned, the Lockdown EP. Like, I was like, the only song on that was already kind of ska was that Cyndi Lauper song,
right?
Witness, from her big record, She's So Unusual. And so that was kind of a no-brainer. But like doing like Tom Petty Walls, but like kind of old school ska, was fun. Or the Misfits, it was, I did have to change the lyric in that song though, because I'm like, I'm not singing the words, and forgive me, I didn't write these. I'm not singing the words "rape your face" or whatever it is.
Right.
Right.
I texted my buddy Jeff when I was recording that. I was like, hey, because his old rockabilly band used to cover that down on Broadway in Nashville. I'm like, hey, what did you change the lyrics to in this? Because I'm not recording this.
Right.
It's like, oh, we did what I can't remember what I said in it, but what would I? Now it's going to bother me, but I did not say that. Is all I'm saying. But
sure.
But yeah, it's fun.
Right.
It's fun to do bands that are known for one thing and like completely change the style. Like a lot of covers I've listened to over the years. I love hearing stuff like that. Or if you. I don't go too far into left field, but I have heard artists like cover something where like until the chorus hits, you're like, what is this? It sounds familiar. And then the chorus hits, you're like, oh, I see what they're doing.
Right.
I love that. I love that kind of stuff. It's just fun. Now I'm going to interview you.
Do it.
Any of you guys play instruments?
I played bass in a band called Mustard for a little bit.
Nice.
Played in a handful of other bands before that. Nothing exciting, but Mustard, we toured a little bit,
nice.
Out on the West Coast, and it was fun.
I mean, dude, if you're having a good time, then that's exciting,
Yeah,
That's right.
Brock, what do you play?
I primarily bass, but when I had my own band together, I played guitar, wrote the songs, sang the lead vocals.
Nice.
And I'd like to think I can drum. I think I'm not a bad drummer, but I'm not a professional drummer by any means, which is why I've volunteered to be Mustard's drummer if they ever do a revival.
Hey, there you go. There you go. And then I'll start another podcast and interview Mustard.
Oh, perfect.
Let's go.
Yes. 5-part series.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
I'll just be the guy that dances on the side. You don't have one of those? Okay.
Do now.
Boston's.
Yeah, right. I mean, I play guitar, but I'm known as a one-tap wonder because if I can't get a chord, I'll just start tapping on it.
I think that's what Fieldy from Korn does anyways on bass.
Right.
I'm not knocking. He's a good bass player, but it does sound like that because it sounds like springs. It's the weirdest bass tone. It's like is it cool or is it lame? But it doesn't matter because it works for Korn.
Right.
Fine line between clever and stupid.
Exactly.
Well,
if you can do something and everyone knows you for that, then you've done something right. It's like,
yeah,
man.
You know what I mean? Like it's like, yeah, a bunch of like bass players that are sitting at home might sit there and criticize his bass tone, but it's like, well, I mean, it's clearly worked for them.
If you hear it, you know it's him. Yeah,
totally. And if you can do like, I don't think of myself as a guitar player like that, where it's like, oh, that's definitely Ethan, you know. But there are a lot of guitar players like that, or bass players, or drummers, or whatever. Like when you hear like Stuart Copeland on drums in The Police, you're like, that's Stuart Copeland, you know. But that's the beauty of doing something weird and unique, is that, you know, yeah, you might get poked fun at, but like, you know, it's Fieldy from Korn when you hear that bass tone.
For sure.
I may not love it. It's not what I go to. I mean, I played 2 P basses, so like,
yeah,
you know, not my cup of tea, but I mean, props to him. It's like kind of like the Chili Peppers. Like, they're a very divisive band musically, right? Like people either love them or hate them. I love them just being from Southern California, and always will. But you got to hand it to them. Like, nobody sounds like them.
Right.
Like nobody does, you know. And so, love them or hate them, they've succeeded in that regard, you know.
Right.
And I love that about certain bands, you know. I mean, I wish I wrote music that was that out there, that people went like, that's definitely Ethan, you know. I just like write 4 chords and a melody and always throw a guitar solo in the middle, and I'm like, song's done.
I mean, we know it works, right? That's something that people like, and so it seems like it's a thing you should keep doing.
Oh, I'm not going to stop making music.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
That's good.
As long as I have my hands and a brain, I think I'll be all right, you know. Until my body gives out one day, I will. Yeah, I mean, I'm like obsessed with music and, you know, playing music, writing music, performing, touring, all that stuff, you know. I mean, most of my peers that were touring when I first started, like, none of them are touring. Like, few of them are, but most of them aren't, you know. So I just knew that this is what I wanted to do from not a super young age. I didn't realize it could be a job until probably even after the Dingies, like when the Supertones, when I kind of, because I was in that band when I was like a teenager before they were signed, and then came back in 2000. And that's when I was like, oh, this can be a job. Like, I'm seeing the bigger picture now of what the touring industry is and stuff like that. And so, yeah. I mean, I'll keep, like I said, I'll keep doing all this stuff until the signs are clear that I should stop, you know.
I've always thought that, like, I would much rather go blind than go deaf because I love music so much. Like, I'd rather not have either one, but I think if I had to choose, I'd rather still be able to hear the music and still be able to make it.
Yeah, me too.
Not be in a Beethoven situation.
My wife and I will have those random conversations like that, like the, you know, would you rather go deaf, or if you had to pick one, or if you won the lottery, what would you do, or whatever. Those hypothetical conversations, and I said, oh, I'd rather go blind so I could still hear and play music and stuff. And she's like, so you just wouldn't want to see me anymore? I was like, but I could hear your voice.
Your voice is so beautiful, honey. Yeah,
I can feel my hand upon your cheek.
I don't know. I just think, like, obviously seeing things is amazing, but like, you know, and I would not be able to do photography anymore, but to be able to, even being blind, to be able to pick up a guitar and like hear the notes, okay, I could close my eyes and probably hit 80% of the right notes, but you know, like, I can listen and go, okay, I'm a half step off or whatever, and there's the right note. To be able to not be able to do music, I would be just, I don't know. It's like a drug for me, or it's like air for me. I need it to live, you know. And I mean, I throw a guitar in the car when we go on vacation, you know. So like, I hate going more than a day without playing guitar.
Right.
It drives me crazy. Drums, I've been playing drums since I was young, but like, I don't play drums that much at all in the last couple of years, just because I'm not a touring drummer right now, you know. And I mean, my drums are stacked up over in the corner over here. I don't have space anymore. Like, I had space right next to me over here for my drum kit. It was set up for years, and I've just acquired more guitars and pedals and a bunch of gear that, like, I'm like, well, that's not going to fit there anymore. So, but yeah. Back to your first thing, I will keep doing. Like I said, I just finished my next solo record last night, and I started recording a follow-up EP to that today, because I've got all these songs that I haven't done anything with in like the last 2 years. So, yeah.
Do you have like an inkling or any insight on what it is that made you need to do it and stay here? Because you just said that, like, the people you started with aren't really around anymore. Why are you still around? What made you different?
I know. I mean, again, not trying to dog anybody that doesn't
Right.
tour anymore. And some guys I know just didn't want to tour anymore, and they just
Sure.
play locally or do studio work or whatever. But there's a handful of people I know that just completely stopped playing music, like really talented people that I'm like, what? Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure part of it's in my DNA. There's a lot of musicians in my family, with my dad doesn't play anymore. He has Alzheimer's now. So he knows he was a guitar player still, but I think it scares him, because of what his brain is telling his body. But, yeah, I think part of it for me was just part DNA, part just, I found something at a young age that just captivated me. The only thing before that when I was like a young kid was baseball. I'm still a huge baseball fan, and I played baseball up until like basically through 8th grade. And then when I saw what a commitment it was in high school, like practice every day on the weekends, I was like, nah, I'm cool. Like, and at that point I'd been playing guitar for, I don't know, 4 years or something. So yeah, I don't know. I remember my dad, picking me up from school or something, and him being a guitar player, lifelong guitar player since I think he was in 7th grade. I started a little bit earlier than that, so maybe 6th grade I started. But I remember being in the car with my dad, and he said, "Hey, would you want to learn how to play guitar?" And I just immediately said, "I want to learn how to play drums." Because every kid, you see a drummer, like, look at that, it's fun. You get to hit stuff,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And drums are fun. I mean, they're fun in different ways, but I mean, to be able to sit back there and just like, smack something, and it's just a good energy release and all that stuff. And my dad made a deal with me. He said, "Hey, why don't we start you on guitar for a year, and after that year is up, if you absolutely hate it, we'll get you a drum set." And I was, in my young little mind, I was like, "Oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna get through this year just so I can get a drum set."
Yeah.
And then honestly, I just fell in love with guitar like really quick.
Sure.
Once, I think what did it for me was once I was able to learn. I learned my dad taught me, and then I went to like a local music shop during the week in Orange County. It's a place called Coast Music in Mission Viejo. And once I learned X amount of chords, enough to play a song that I knew, and at the time it was Skid Row. The first song I ever learned was "I Remember You" by Skid Row, and really it was just the first 2 chords, which is just G and C.
Yeah.
And that's technically a C9 or whatever, but that's when it kind of clicked for me. Like, oh man, like, because I always heard my dad like play along to records, or I would ask him, "Can you play this?" And he would like listen to it and figure it out by ear, and I thought it was like sorcery. I didn't understand it, but I think a lot of that, my upbringing with my dad, had a lot to do with my like passion for it and my like kind of addict style nature to instruments, and at a very young age, I knew I wanted to play multiple instruments. I never knew it could be a job at that point, but I was like, the church I grew up at, like, I saw other guys my age that were playing instruments, and I just thought, well, I want to learn that too, and I want to learn bass and all that stuff. And and I think just surrounding myself with people like that, whether it was at school or church or whatever, like all those things, to be able to sit down with your buddies and learn stuff together, when you're in junior high and high school, like the Chili Peppers, speaking of them, was a huge thing for me in helping me get addicted to guitar, because John Frusciante to this day is one of my favorite guitar players ever. And there's a lot of him in my playing. I don't know if anyone would ever be able to pick it out. But like there's a few even like Supertone songs where like I totally did a John Frusciante thing, and just because that was like, he was like probably, I would say besides my dad, he was probably my first like guitar hero. Like before I got into like Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan and Brian Setzer and people like that. Just because his parts were, not all of them, but a lot of them were very simple and repetitive. And I was like, I could learn this little one note thing back and forth or whatever. And then, so yeah, being able to take what I was learning in my hands and be able to play along with a song I loved, that's what really did it,
Yeah.
And
I
to
feel
this
ya.
day, I love doing that too. Like sometimes if I'm bored, I'll sit down here and pull up Apple Music and just think like, oh, I haven't played along to like a song in a while. Just besides, like with whoever I'm playing with, like I have to learn those songs obviously to go on the road. But
Right.
yeah, sometimes I'm like, you know what? I haven't played along to Ride the Lightning in a while or Master of Puppets or whatever. And I'll just sit down here and plug in my guitar and just like, and it's just fun to be able to do that and to figure it. And now like I can figure out songs by ear like my dad did, and I probably got decent at that in like high school, right out of high school. Probably in high school, I guess. Yeah. And then it like when that happened, that was like another level of my passion for it. Like, oh my gosh, I was able to figure out what note that is. And like, I don't have perfect pitch or anything, but I can figure out a song pretty quick, and I got that from my dad and just him teaching me how to listen and, figure out where certain notes are on the fretboard and stuff like that. So yeah, kind of combine all that stuff. And then I think when I got older and realized this is a job, it could be a job, like a full-time, long-term job, I was like, sign me up, that's why I'm 47 and still doing this, I mean, this is I figured it out the other day, or not the other day, like maybe a few months ago. This year of touring is like year 27 on the road for me.
Wow.
Which is just wild to me, like that I've done it that long. Like obviously with different artists, and sometimes I've been a musician, sometimes a tech, whatever. But yeah, I don't have a lot of friends that can say the same thing. Like friends, at least from back then, like a lot of my friends in Nashville are full-time touring musicians too. So yeah, it's weird to be 47 years old and still doing this, and I'm stoked. And I'm no plans on stopping anytime soon.
Perfect. Yes.
So
I'm curious with your parents, of all the things that you've been involved with musically, do they have any favorites?
I don't know. Like, I would say like my dad would get more excited about stuff than my mom. And we just had that bond of music together,
Right. Right.
I don't know. Like, there's a lot of stuff I don't need to go into about my family and family drama and issues like a lot of people have, but
Right.
so I'll say this, there was a lot of shows they didn't come to, and not that like my dad wasn't supportive or anything like that, but there's just a lot of family drama at the time that prevented that. I think I do remember one thing specifically that my dad was really stoked on. Like even to this day, even though he's got Alzheimer's and he's doing okay, but he still like will tell me he's proud of me. And he says the same thing every time, which if anybody, you guys or anyone listening has dealt with anybody with Alzheimer's or dementia in their family, a lot of repetitive conversations.
Yep.
I mean, I think I think over the last, since day one of starting to play with Max McNown till present day, my dad still asks me, he's like, so who are you on the road with these days? I've probably told him 75 times. But I remember when me and Matt from the Supertones did our little, probably worst selling tooth and nail record of all time, the Grand Incredible. It was just it was basically.
I was trying to find that out. I was trying to find that one to do show and tell. I do have it, but I couldn't find it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember on that, I just filmed a little YouTube video and mentioned this as like a little anecdote because it had to do with slide guitar. And I didn't know how to play slide guitar back then, and I'm still not really good at playing it like with one of these,
Sure.
I'm not great at it unless I'm sitting down, but lap steel, like that thing right there, I got pretty good at over the years. And what got me into that was we were doing that record with Aaron Sprinkle, and we had this kind of ballad song. I think it's the last song on the record. And I just knew I wanted a slide solo on it. So I asked Aaron, I'm like, hey, do you want to play a slide solo? He's like, why don't you do it? I was like, I'm not really a good slide player. And he goes, have you ever tried putting your guitar like face up on your lap and playing it that way? I was like, no. So I got like a little bottle slide and I did that. I'm like, wow, that's actually not too hard or whatever. So I ran down to this music store somewhere in Capitol Hill of Seattle and bought, this is actually the one right here. I still have it. It's retired from the road. It fell off my lap steel stand too many times. There's like chunks of metal missing. But this is the one I bought and for like $10 or something. And I used that on my guitar, just facing up on my lap. And that was like the first slide thing I ever recorded.
Cool.
And when we left Seattle, went back to California, and Aaron had burned us a mix of like all the rough mixes. And it was the first thing I showed my dad. I told him the story I just told you, and I played it for him, and he was really like happy for me and proud of me and stuff. So that was cool, like, because my dad was a really good slide player, like great guitar player.
Great.
We were like completely different as far as like our own styles. Like I got some stuff from my dad, but I definitely like carved my own path, as far as like what kind of guitar player I became, but there's some stuff we share. But yeah, that would be one thing that I think he was really stoked on. Of course, like, the 2 times I've been on TV, they were excited about that, most parents will be, at least I hope so, but yeah, I mean, I think they're proud of me,
Yeah.
I don't know if there was ever
sharing
a
that
time.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't think there was ever a time that, there weren't like a lot of parents of tour musicians where like anytime we were playing in Orange County, they would be there,
Right.
Like I said, family drama gets in the way of a lot of things, and that was one of them, unfortunately. So
Sure. Yeah.
but it's all good. I mean, I love my family, obviously, but yeah, and and I will say, I mean, that a lot of that stuff is also, I think, a contributing factor to why I gravitated towards music so much and stuck with it. And it was like an escape from reality for a lot of things too. When people joke about like music saved me or whatever, like I really think like learning music saved me in a lot of ways.
It really does.
Yeah, totally, and it still continues to. And but I think initially when I was younger, there's a lot of things that I don't think maybe shouldn't have been exposed to as a young kid and stuff like that, and things that should have been kept to the adults, and so for me it was just like, well, I'm gonna go to my room and sit there and learn Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. And I think that's what really, another reason why I think I'm just so like addicted to it, because it really helped me at a young age to deal with a lot of life's bullshit.
Of course, right.
So, which is a story of a lot of musicians and songwriters and stuff. It's like a therapy for them. So I'm no different.
Right.
Man, we're getting serious.
I was going to ask about
the Oprah part of the show. We're gonna give everyone a car now.
You get a boat, and you get a boat, and you get a boat,
and you get a test pressing. Yeah.
Right.
Everyone's getting test pressing.
Well, I know you had to sell your helicopter, so my condolences on that. I'm so sorry.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, stuff, all those all those Dingy's royalties paid for that thing, but it's gone now.
It's okay. It's all right.
There's going to be someone that listens to this that goes, dude, I can't believe Ethan Luck had a helicopter. That's crazy.
I heard it was 2.
Yeah. And those boats. That's why.
Right.
I mean, I believed everything I heard on Pickle and Boot Shop. So,
I mean, look, if I had that kind of money, I wouldn't be buying a helicopter. I don't even want to get in a helicopter ever.
I know.
I hate flying in general, but helicopter, it's like you're suspended in the air. I don't know. Now, if I was doing like a USO show and like the military was like, we want to take you on a Black Hawk, I'd be like, well, I got to say yes to that. Like,
this is my chance to do that. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Right. But if it's like a little like like the kind of helicopter you saw in like Magnum PI and stuff, like, which pretty much looks like a little like Dragonfly or something. Those just look a little sketch to me,
Thank you. Yeah.
So when my wife and I were down in Myrtle Beach, we were driving up the highway and we saw a billboard and it said helicopter ride $7.
$7?
$7.
So,
you want to pay more than that for your helicopter, Kevin?
Yeah.
Oh no, this is a great story.
So I'm like, I mean, we're on vacation. We got to at least see what's going on with this.
You did it.
We got $7.
So we pull in. It was apparently the $7 ride was you went up about 100 feet and down. That was it. That was the whole thing.
Okay.
And I was like, all right. I was like, what if we paid a little more? Like, what could we do? So we paid a little bit more, and they actually like.
Does this $20 bill change your mind?
That's right. Hey, you see this?
So we ended up like just flying like up and down like the beach and then coming back. And my wife, not the biggest fan of heights, so she was already pretty nervous about, being in this tiny little helicopter. And the guy just goes, "Hey, do you guys want to play a game called Light as a Feather?" And I just start
Oh, no.
laughing, and I'm like, "Oh, absolutely." And the guy just drops it so that, you're just kind of like weightless for like a couple seconds. She freaked out. Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah, I would have been your wife for sure. Like, I don't like I don't mind heights to a certain level. It's like if you go up in a really tall building, like, 30 to 40 floors, it's like, okay, we're getting up there. But like when you go up in like the Empire State Building, for example, or like the what's it called? Chicago now. It's a different name. The
it used to be the
What was Sears?
the Willis Tower. Is that what it's called still?
Is it the Willis now? Yeah. Did they revert? Yeah.
Either way, I remember going up there with my friend years ago on a day out from tour, and he's like, "Let's go eat at the restaurant on top." And I was like, and I could feel my stomach dropping as the elevator's going. I could just feel how high we were up. And he wanted to sit like at the window, and I did it, and the whole time I wouldn't even look out. I barely would look out the window. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
So if that helicopter thing happened, well, at first I wouldn't even get in it. First of all, but
Right.
like my cousin, he's up in like Yosemite, and he runs a skydiving company. And he's like, "Man, anytime you're in Central California, like I'll take you up for free or whatever." And I'm like, I don't know, man.
That I wouldn't do.
If I still drank, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna get hammered first, and then we'll do it.
Right.
I'm not a skydiver.
Yeah. I mean, he's done it like literally 10,000 times. I would probably be totally safe, but I'm like, I mean, what if the next time is the last time?
Right.
So,
And that was the Willis Tower. Just I had to fact check myself just to be sure. Yeah.
Wasn't it called the CN Tower? No, it's Toronto.
So that funny story about the CN Tower, talking about heights, that they have that glass floor that you look down at. We brought a whole bunch of youth group kids, tying it back. Reliant K was up in that tower when we were with all these youth group kids. They just had an off day from this youth convention we were at.
Oh, wow.
And so they were up there, and I went over and started chatting. And of course, all the teenage girls at this point, I was a youth leader. They're like, "Well, they can't talk to Reliant K," So we and they came over and they were gracious to say hello to these girls. And of course, they didn't say a word to them. But this floor there, the glass floor, I was chatting with those guys, and then I said, "Hey, watch this." So I had them stand in front of me, and I jumped, and then hid behind them, and they thought I went through these girls let out a shriek because they thought I went through the floor. They thought, and I went, "Ah!" So the Matts did me a solid and helped me prank my youth group kids.
Nice. That's a good prank.
Yeah, and they were laughing too, so it was fun.
I went up in one of those one time with the glass. I didn't know there was going to be glass floors, but me and Mojo from Supertones, the first time we ever flew down and played in Australia, New Zealand, we went. They have like their own version of the Space Needle down there in Auckland,
right?
And he was like, "Dude, you want to go up in it?" And I was like, "I'm nervous, but okay, yeah, whatever, let's do it." We go up the elevator, and it's not crazy high, but it's high enough. And the second we walk out in like the observation deck, I just see these big chunks of glass floor, and it took me 15 minutes to even put my foot on it. And I have a photo somewhere, like an actual printed photo somewhere in a box of me. I have a picture from up there, and then someone else that was randomly up there was like, "Oh, let me get a picture of you guys like laying on the glass." And it wasn't a huge piece, but we both like had our heads on it or something. It was stupid, but I remember being just like putting my foot on it, and the guide or whatever was like, "Hey, this is like as strong as concrete or whatever." I'm like, "Yeah, you say that now until
Sure it is.
What if that piece of concrete just falls out? So
right.
What if it's a 1-inch piece of concrete? Not that strong, is it?
Yeah, you didn't say how thick the concrete was. But,
Right.
Let's get into the physics of this.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, I just get up to a certain height. Like, I remember staying in Chicago one time at a hotel, like on tour, and it was a really tall building, and I was on like the 57th floor or something of my hotel. It's never that high up,
Right.
And I remember even just getting off the elevator and like looking to my right, and there's like a window at the end of the hall, And even just seeing above other buildings, my stomach immediately dropped, and I was like, "Nope, got to get to my room," and like immediately shut the curtains. Like I'll eventually get the courage to open up the curtains and like look out and be okay. It's a beautiful view. I'll take some pictures, but like it just freaks me out. I just feel like it's not natural. Like nobody needs to be that high.
To be fair, it's not natural at all.
Right.
I feel like there's probably a lot of folks that like they would say like, "Oh, you're going to play guitar with the Kings of Leon." Like people would say, "I'm terrified of that," right? And so maybe it's just kind of the flip flopping. Like you're not terrified of playing with Kings of Leon. You've done it.
Right. Yeah. I'm just terrified when they book me in a hotel when I'm on the 57th floor.
Sure. Right.
I was on tour. I was on tour with them because we stayed in night. They always put us in nicer hotels.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my career is like the mid-level, which I mean, we did the Motel 6 stuff back in the day, and 6 to a room and sneak in the back door and save money and all that stuff. But yeah, the King's Camp, that was nice. It was always nice hotels, which is why I was on such a high floor in Chicago one time. But it's I haven't figured out what floor do I finally get nervous, because like I've been on the 15th or 20th floor and look at, I'm like, oh, my head's against the glass looking down, I'm fine.
Yeah,
you know.
Like there's a line there somewhere, but we haven't found it yet.
I need to do a little more research and figure that out. I just gotta, I gotta go back to Chicago,
right,
and just get off at every floor above like 30.
There we go. Then we'll know.
There you go.
And then I'll come back. I'll report back, and I'll be like, guys,
I was gonna say,
please,
please do.
Figured it out. It's 42.
That's the meaning of life for everything, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Jackie Robinson's number.
Yep. Call in at 985-28-SQUID and let us know.
There you go.
What is your floor, listener? Which floor do you feel is the best one?
What's your upper limit? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's 985-287-7843. That's an actual number. Call
Is this a real number for you guys?
Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Is like just a voicemail or something?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. You can text it too.
No way. That's awesome.
Matter of fact, Ethan, you should text it next time you're out on the road. Just send us a picture or something,
or just prank it. I mean, David Barton is just gonna prank us every week. So
that's true.
So
what
feel
he said
free
he was
if you
do.
like.
Dude, that's awesome. Well, I'll have to text that number or call that number when I do the floor research on how high I can handle in a building.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
We're science.
Totally.
Record a video. We'll put it out.
If I ever do that, I will document it for sure. I'll be like,
please.
what? I got the day off. I want to figure out like how high is too high for Ethan.
Oh, let's go.
Well, like I'll get on airplanes. I mean, I don't like flying, but but it looks fake from an airplane.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what it was for me with the CN Tower, is that I'm not a fan of heights. I mean, I'm afraid of heights except for Hawthorne Heights. But thank you, I had to say that joke one more time. But I feel like at the top of the CN Tower, it all looked fake below. And I think that's what it was for me, is that I looked through the glass and it looked like those miniatures that you'd go see in Pennsylvania, like the Choo Choo Barn and all those places.
Yeah, totally.
Roadside America. It looked like, or Roadside Canada in this case, it looked like it was like all these little miniatures. So that's the only reason I could do that. Otherwise, I'm not a big heights fan either. I don't want to.
Yeah. But what's like again, like I don't know the level, so like
right.
Like once a year, like I get on the roof of my house with a leaf blower. That's how I clean my gutters out.
Yep.
Same.
Yep.
Awesome. I'm just waiting for. There's still a couple oak trees that still have just a bunch of leaves, and I'm like, come on, just that one stupid tree. Like,
yeah, totally. We have this annoying what's it called in front of our house? It's a crap. I should know this. It's basically it's grown bigger than they're normally supposed to. And everyone's like, that thing's going to fall on your house. And every severe thunderstorm we have here, or like tornado weather, it has survived.
Yeah.
Bradford pear, that's what it is.
Okay, I was going to say, is it deciduous?
Yeah, apparently they're not great. Like, I think, I can't remember what it is. An arborist was telling me this one time when we had a silver maple we had to cut down that was dying. And they're kind of like invasive. And it's cool. I like that it kind of blocks part of my house or gives you some shade and stuff like that, but it's definitely too big. But that's the only tree that really is concerning. All I have to say, I'll throw the ladder against my house. I'll get up there. I'm fine. Like all good. Not scared of that kind of stuff, or if even if there's a hotel I'm at that has a balcony and I'm on the 15th floor, totally fine.
Right.
We'll figure it out one day.
Let's go.
So Ethan, when you go up on your roof, do you rope off? Do you tie yourself off so you don't fall off the roof?
No, I definitely don't.
I definitely don't.
How's the pitch? Is it a steep pitch or is it not so steep?
It's not terribly steep, but
Okay.
the roof that's on there, it's got good grip.
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
Good
Yeah.
grip,
Just-
a good grip level. I'd maybe give it a 9.
Nice. Okay.
Um,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Mine's pretty steep. I went up there and I haven't been up there yet. Like I've owned this house for 5 years and I finally just decided to go, like, I've got to go up and scrape some moss off of these before I have to replace the roof. And I refused to myself to do it until I actually got a rope and put it around my waist and went over the crown of the roof so I could not fall and die.
Although you being in Oregon, though, I'd imagine the roof is always a bit damp.
It feels that way sometimes. Yeah, for sure.
Like I'm not going to go up on my roof after a storm, but like the last 2 days here, it's been like 72 and sunny and it was dry as a bone. So like,
Yeah.
and my house is 1 story. There's a room above my studio, but it's like really tiny. It like probably was a crawl space at one point or something. And we call it the Hobbit room because the ceiling's like at an angle. There's not much walking space up there.
Little round door.
It's a little round door. There's actually 2 hobbits up there right now.
Handle in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah. So
How did they pay the rent? What else you want?
With rings.
They bring you a second breakfast. It's fine.
we call it the Shire of the South.
It was the best of shires. It was the Worcestershire, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So thankfully, if I were to fall off my roof, unless it was like head first, like I'd probably get hurt, but I don't think I would. I think I'd survive.
Yeah, and just like don't do it, right? Like it seems like a bad idea.
Seems like a bad idea, but someone's got to clean the gutters out. So, and I don't want to.
That's
call,
also
like,
true.
Whatever the local gutter company is. Oh, actually, I can tell you because they text me every freaking week. It's called Simply Gutters.
That's right. There's no privacy anymore, right? It's like,
well, they're great. They actually
you look at our website once. We're going to talk to you every week until you purchase our services.
Right.
Dude, that's advertising in 2025. I'll tell you. Like,
seriously, yeah,
like
just belligerence.
I'm in the middle of trying to find like a good e-scooter to take on tour because it's the best on the road because then you save so much money on Ubers and stuff like that.
Totally.
And on Facebook and Instagram, all my ads right now are e-scooters, every single one of them, because that's all I've been like. It depends on what I'm researching. If like I'm in, like now that the weather's cooled off, like me and my buddies will start going camping here and there, and I'll start looking up camping stuff, and then those are all my ads and stuff like that. So yeah. It's all e-scooters right now.
It's lawn sweepers for me. I understand. I had one ad for a lawn sweeper. I looked it up real quick, and now it's all lawn sweepers.
What's a lawn sweeper?
It's a stand behind. It's almost like you're pushing a mower or a carriage, and it uses bristles. It's kind of like a vacuum for leaves, but without.
Yeah. Whoa.
And then it uses some sort of tomfoolery, and it just comes up into a bag.
Does it mulch them too?
No, it doesn't mulch it.
Okay. Here's the thing. I use my lawnmower for that, and it works fine.
Right.
Me too.
That's what I do.
So that's what I do too. I use my lawnmower.
But the cookies know what you were looking at.
But I use but I bought one, guys. I
bought
you did?
One.
It works pretty great. But
I
was sick of raking. And so I'm like, let's save the back. Let's do a lawn sweeper. And I got it on a super deal, and it works pretty great.
It just seems like an extra step. It's like, all right, I did the lawn. I swept the lawn.
They got me.
Now I got to mow it.
Right.
Well, I mow first, and then I try and sweep as much as I can. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I usually rake. So usually we're getting all the leaves out because it's too much for the mower. So I rake. But now I'm sweeping, and we're gonna try it out for a season. I probably, I wasted some money. That's fine, but they got me. I used promo code Squid at checkout, and it saved me money.
Good luck. Do you have any homeowner tips that you want to share with us? Anything else that you recommend?
Well, I mean, I mow over my leaves and mulch them back into the ground.
That's what I do usually.
Yeah. I remember when I first
they got me.
When my wife and I first bought this house. It was the first home we've ever bought in our life. I still live here, but my old neighbor that used to live next door, they'd been here since like the early '80s. His name was Rick, and a really nice dude. And he would always sit outside and drink vodka and listen to me when I was like playing guitar loud or drums, like rehearsing for a tour.
That's fantastic.
I go outside.
Your neighbor's your biggest fan.
Oh yeah, totally. Oh, he totally was. I go outside and he'd go, "Hey man, why'd you stop?" I was like, "I'm just taking a break, man. I've been playing drums for 2 hours straight or whatever." And he's out there. "Oh man, I've been enjoying it." I'm like, "Just drums, like or whatever."
Yeah.
But anyways,
it's a genre.
Yeah. But the first place we lived in Nashville, like we didn't really. It was like a newer construction home, so we rented it, and there wasn't. They got like a lot of unfortunately, in Nashville, the developers come in, they tear down a house, build 2 new ones on the same property, and rip up every beautiful tree. And it's annoying. But so when we moved into this house, I was going out, like, I got a rake, and he's like, "Are you going to rake the leaves?" I'm like, I guess, man. I don't know. I haven't done this since I was a kid. and because I, in California, I lived in an apartment, after I moved out, and when I lived with Matt from the Supertones, he owned the house, and he had, because we were gone all the time, he had a neighbor cut his lawn.
Sure.
And so he's like, "Man, just mow over them." I was like, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." He's like, "That's what I've been doing forever. I just mow over my leaves, and he's like, sometimes you got to go over the yard a couple times, but eventually, just yesterday, I leaf blew all my leaves out into the yard.
Yeah.
And my riding mower battery apparently died while I was on tour, so I got to go. It's on a trickle charger now. I'm gonna see if I can salvage it, but I have to go get a new one tomorrow. And I'll just run over all those leaves like 4 or 5 times, and then it's as if I swept them up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you've got a bag attached to the mower.
No, I just mulch them, and they just fly out,
okay.
and I just keep going over them until they kind of go away, and
until they turn the same color as the lawn.
And I'm not a stickler about like, oh, I have to have the perfect Kentucky Fescue 54 or grass or whatever. Like, I told my wife years ago, I was like, "Do you care?" She's like, "No." I was like, "Okay, good," because I don't care if it's weeds or it's grass or whatever.
Right.
If it's green, I'm good.
Right.
I'm good. I mean, I got a dog that takes a dump and pees out there every day. Like, I'm not really that concerned,
Right.
And I clean up her poop, but like,
Yeah.
like, it's, again, if it's green, it's all I care about.
Well, and see, I grew up. That's how I am normally. But I'm in an area where you all have to kind of. I don't have an HOA or anything like that, but it's that societal push. You got to.
Thank God.
You know what I mean? You got to make sure you have a clean enough, kind of keep up with the Joneses, but not really.
Totally.
There's 2 sets of Joneses. Which one will you be?
Right.
Valid question.
Thank you,
Jared. You've got a riding mower, don't you?
I do, but I have no trees. Like we were development in an old farm, like one of those.
Nice.
They sold the land, and so it's
nothing but fescue for you.
Correct. I just have to mow, and I don't have to bother with anything else. My wife, I don't enjoy lawn work. It's something that has to be done, not something I look forward to. So Tammy would love trees, and she talks about it. And I was like, I don't want to add to the weekends. It just takes enough of my time on Saturdays. I don't want to add more to it. Like right now,
do you do a barley wine when you ride the mower?
No, not well.
Okay, all right.
Not
it's
the
probably
same
safer
time.
that way.
After, after you have to earn your treats. I think that's how
you
it goes.
bag it up. You ride with bags?
There's a cup holder on your lawnmower for a reason, man.
There is a cup holder on the lawnmower, though. Right.
I've
it just
got
gets
a cup
a lot of
holder on
dust
mine.
on there, like.
Dude, that's why you need to get one of those like solid koozies that has like a lid on it and stuff.
Like a Yeti situation.
Dude, if your mower goes fast enough, that dust is going to be behind you, man.
That's true.
That's right.
It does go fast. I can zoom around here.
If you got a lot of dust, that means that your lawn's not looking too good.
There's that too.
I have a push mower, but I should put a drink holder on mine too. Honestly,
Totally should.
Oh yeah,
I got to do this. Yeah.
Is it self-propelled? Yeah.
No.
Or do you have like
the least self-propelled mower?
I would imagine you're in Portland, right?
I'm in Salem, so hour south, but same.
But you're
dynamics.
in Oregon. Yeah. Are you like? I'm just imagining because you're from Oregon, you have like a legit no engine push mower where the blades just do this in front of you.
I had one years ago.
Of those, yeah.
I used to use that, but I don't mow often enough for that to be effective. It's really good, like if your lawn is short enough for it to work.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those things that I still feel guilty for not doing it. I'm like, as an Oregonian, I should have something that uses no energy except my own. But
do you mow in overalls though? Like, what is the attire?
I'm feeling guilty about that too.
So now, do you mow in lines or do you mow?
I do stomp, clap, and hay when I mow my lawn. Does that count? Is that
if you were truly authentic, you'd get one of those. What is
that's
Oregon? And you would like just get out there and cut it manually.
Yeah, and I sing Lumineers songs.
I play a banjo while I'm mowing.
Drink from a mason jar.
That's required by the HOA.
I used to listen to music when I did yard work, but now I just love the sound of doing yard work. Like, I enjoy it. Like, I really do. It's kind of a nice little therapy or whatever. If you sometimes if you're in a bad mood or whatever, like I'll go out there and like within a few minutes of being on the mower, I'm like, man, I feel better. And the sound of it, and I don't know, I dig it, until I run over like one of my dog's toys that I didn't know was out there, and then it scares the hell out of me. So it's just loud, like flies and like ricochets off the fence and stuff. And
see, growing up, we used to push mow like a 2-acre lot. So for me, it's I have to push mow. It's that feeling of just pushing the mower.
Yeah,
I mean, I love a good rider, but I don't have that helicopter money, Jared. So I have to push behind, and I spend all my money on lawn sweepers.
You got to buy the lawnmower instead of the helicopter, Pete. It's an either situation.
Right,
yeah.
Yep.
The other reason I like having a riding mower is it's easier to mow around my helicopter pad.
Yes, I understand.
Yes,
Yep.
True.
That's a valid point. Yep.
Yeah,
the helipad's pretty big. Well, it back in the day, I needed to be able to land 2 of them. So
Well, can't you just turn the helicopter on to get the leaves taken care of? You just blow them off.
I used to do it
that's
that
what
way.
I have to do.
It's like a big
Reverse the
ass
blade
fan
direction.
that flies. Yeah, one of
Exactly.
those.
Yeah.
If you turn the whole helicopter upside down, really, that's the most effective way to cut the whole
Hover, just hover.
2 passes. That's it.
Strap in, boys. We're cleaning the lawn.
That's a $7 ride. You just go up and down.
Right.
By the way, I do love this. I do love this freeform thing. I know you've asked a couple questions, but I love that we've got to mowing lawns, dude.
Yeah,
No one else is asking you
it's-
about
it's
lawn mowing.
Awesome.
No.
No.
Well, that's the Pickle Home Companion guarantee. Sorry, go ahead.
Do you ever miss, like you said, you're pretty fastidious about picking up after your dog, but do you ever like hit a pile that you didn't catch?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay.
It never like flies up and out of the chute or whatever. But
Sure.
usually all of a sudden I'll be mowing and I'll be like, I'll kind of sniff like, I ran over some poop,
Right.
and I'll
Yeah,
look
yeah.
and it'll be on one of the tires or something. But by the time
Yeah.
I'm done mowing and like taking turns, like it's always kind of gone. So
Yeah. The worst part for me is leaf season because that's when I am, mowing up all my leaves. I put them in the bag because I want to get them off the lawn, and I'm not. I think I have more leaves maybe than you do. It doesn't work as well for me to cut them all up. But
yeah,
the way that
I don't know.
the way
It sounds
that
like
goes south,
we need to have a leaf off then. I don't know.
we do. We do.
Gotta record this.
Trouble I get into is that I have my front yard is unfenced, and so most of the yard pretty clean, but there's a fair number of dogs that run around. Like most are attached to leashes and owners, but some people just let their dog run. So there's a few that'll just hang out, and I should know better by now. But like I'll hit the corner there by the stop sign, where everybody kind of turns the corner,
Yeah.
and that's usually where I can tell like I hit something. So
Yeah, totally. Well, it's a bummer in the front yard because it's not your dog unless you let your
exactly.
dog
I don't have a
out.
dog. That's the problem.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, neither do I. Yeah.
None of it's your dog. Yeah.
That's one of those things. Like it's one of those
I
little
hope it's
things.
not my dog. We'll find out.
It might be. That's one of those little things in life that, like, one of those little frustrations in life that make me more mad than I should be. It's like when, like, a person walking their dog, like the dog takes a dump in front of my house, and like they don't have a poop bag with them,
Yeah.
or like I don't really mind if they have a poop bag, and then if my trash can's still out on the street, like they just toss it in there. I'm like,
Sure,
whatever.
that's fair game.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
out on the public street.
I'm not eating. I'm not eating out of my trash can or something.
Right.
But it's the equivalent of like today. This happened. My wife and I went to Trader Joe's to get groceries, and we're coming out. And if it's just a few bags, we'll take them out of the cart. I'll put the cart back all the way into the cart in front of it. And this dude in front of me, and it's in like a part of town of Nashville. It's kind of a little uppity, a little pinky to the mouth kind of vibe.
Uh-huh.
Well,
And,
if you have a helicopter, it must be. Yeah.
It's where the Trader Joe's are.
Yeah, well, luckily Trader Joe's lets me land on the roof, so that's
good. That's
Right.
good. That's good.
But we're
Makes
walking.
it easier.
We're walking way easier. They have like a fireman's pole I can slide down in the back office. It's great.
You don't have the helicopter with the folding blades because sometimes they do that, but yours don't. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh,
You need 3 or 4 spots.
I'm not
for
that rich,
Yeah.
But we're walking out of Trader Joe's, and like the dude in front of us who has his cart, he does the same thing, takes his like 2 bags out, and then he just kind of like barely pushes it over, and it goes like 2 feet, and it's still 10 feet from where the carts go. And I just kind of look at my wife and shake my head. Like, there's so many things in life that should get me mad that don't. And then I see that, I'm like, you dumb son of like.
That's the thing. It's like an indicator. Is this a good person or a bad person? That guy's definitively a bad person because he didn't take it back to the thing.
100%.
I
just
say
think
it to my
it's- yeah.
kids. Yeah. When we're at the store in there, I'm like, a bad person. I say that like explicitly. I'm like some bad, selfish person who was too lazy to do the right thing, decided they were more important than all the other people who shop here, and they left their cart in the space. Like, they need to know.
Do you guys know that Instagram account?
Yeah,
Cart Narcs?
I was just bringing it up. I was just bringing it up. The Cart Narcs, yeah.
Oh, I gotta follow that.
It's fantastic. Well, because this guy, like,
hero.
He's got like a safety vest, and he just like tells people, "Hey, that's not where the cart goes," and they're like, "F you, get out of here." So much unmitigated rage at this guy who just says, "Hey, this is your responsibility," and they're just like, "Get out of my face." What he does is he's got these magnets, and if somebody doesn't they don't agree to put their cart back, he'll just tag them as they're driving away with this little magnet. He tosses it out and sticks on their cart, says "lazy bones." And
I was just bringing that up, Brock, to bring it up.
Amazing.
Some people get like really irrationally angry about it. They're like, "Leave me alone! You're threatening me." He's just telling them to put their cart where it goes, And they'll chase him around their cars, and the distance that it would take them to put their cart away where it goes, they're like running after him, and he's like, "Didn't get me." So it's quite something.
And then he'll put another magnet on the car.
Sometimes he'll fake him out. He'll act like he's tossing it, and then like it's not there, and then they're angry because it's not on their car, and it's a real production.
It says a lot about somebody when they get angry for being asked to do the right thing.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. It's the world we live in.
Yeah, totally.
I like to audibly boo them so that they just roll down the window.
I totally did the thing today where like I don't think the guy heard me, but I was like, "I'll put it away for you."
Yeah, I do that.
Passive aggressively, like,
it's
just, okay. I've got time, sir. Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that like if you can't do something simple like that, then like I think it says a lot about your character. It's kind of like people that don't fully stop at a stop sign. I feel are probably really impatient people. Or how about this? How about I know this happens in every state. How about you're pulling to a stop sign and another car is, and they clearly got there before you, and then they go, and then the car behind them decides I'm going to.
Oh, I hate that.
I'm like this. No. This is not a 2-for-1 stop sign. It's not your turn, dude.
That's right.
And look, I'm not like a full-on rule follower, but like this is just better for society if we just.
Right.
Ethan, hang out in Portland. Have you seen the Hugo sketch from Portlandia?
Yes, I love Portland.
Yeah, it's all about that. It's just like, hey, nobody goes. This is a four-way stop. No one goes anywhere.
People dog Portland a lot, man. I love Portland. I've always liked it.
I liked it out there. Yeah,
I know it's got its grit, it's got its issues, but like we got issues here too. Like, but there's some rough areas of Portland with like some bad drug problems and homelessness and whatnot.
There's some places where you can't get 45s. It's pretty rough.
Right. Exactly.
Places where they don't sell cassette tapes. Places where beer is not on tap everywhere. Yeah, it's
45 RPM records.
Yeah, that's right.
But no, I love it there, man. The food is so good there. Obviously, Voodoo Donuts, which isn't a lot of areas now. We have one at the Nashville airport now. So
there's one in Nashville. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. We don't have a standalone one, but there's one in the airport here. And so now every time I go out for a fly date or if I'm flying home from a tour, it's my ritual. And all the guys on our crew with Max make fun of me. We'll be like walking towards baggage claim. They're like, and I'll hang a right. They're like, going to Voodoo? I'm like, damn right, dude. I need an apple.
Of course
right
I do.
Hell yeah.
Which one do you get?
Yeah,
I'm an apple fritter guy.
Okay,
love apple
fritters. Is
that
the because they got that enormous one? Or no, that's the big
no, it's huge.
The Texas is like but their fritters are big too, I'm sure.
Yeah. Their apple fritters are the thing I love about Voodoo is they have their kind of weird donuts and stuff like that, but they also just have classic old school donuts,
real good donuts.
Like I grew up with the chain Winchell's in
the
West Coast one.
That's
right.
Where
my dad would take me when we grew up in Long Beach. Like there was one right down the street from my house, like liquor store right next door where my dad bought his Kent Golden Light 100 cigarettes. And then we'd walk across the parking lot to Winchell's and I'd get a chocolate old fashioned. The ones you kind of break off the edges, you know?
Yeah.
Like the ring. But the apple fritter over time, that's my favorite one. And they have the big, thick ones that are like almost crispy on the outside. It's just
it's on my list for tomorrow. Yeah.
It's so good. Ship me a few of those, would you?
Absolutely. You would private message me your address. You get the box.
All right. Awesome.
Good things come in pink boxes.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I can just take my helicopter out there. It'll be fine.
That's actually true. Yeah, you
could probably send your pilot to go
what
get
side of
him.
security is it on? Yeah,
I mean, like I'm in a helicopter all the way to Portland.
easy. It's not that much longer, really.
Maybe like 10 gas stops or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Probably.
precisely at Buc-ee's.
Doesn't Mojo work for you now? Can't you just send him or no?
He does work for me. Actually, that'd be closer. There are Voodoo in Denver, so
True.
yeah. Man,
Did Mojo Co merge with Luck Co?
I wish that would be
Okay.
nice. Maybe we need to. I just saw Mojo recently too when we played in Denver. He always comes out to Max's shows, and
Oh, nice.
Jason from
That's
Unoriginal
right.
Vinyl as well.
I saw, the unoriginal vinyl post about, because it's
Maybe
been a
there's
couple
two
of
of
in-store
us.
performances where Mojo showed up and sung with him, or
Yeah. Well, what's
Yeah.
funny is Max. This was like one of the first things. Wow, we've been doing this for 2 hours. That went by quick.
We get that a lot.
The best compliment we've ever received.
I just
Thank you.
glanced at my clock on my computer here. I was like, oh damn.
Right.
Yeah, Max and his. Okay, how would I put this? So, for those listening,
Yeah.
Max McNown, who I play for, his uncle is Brandon Ebel,
Right.
who started Tooth and Nail Records, and that's how I got involved. Like Brandon didn't know if I was on the road or not, and randomly hit me up. We hadn't talked in years,
Mhm.
and he hit me up, told me all about Max, blah blah blah. So because he's Max's uncle, Max and his brothers and sister basically grew up on like Tooth and Nail releases,
Right.
and so like his brother Brock, like one of his favorite bands is the Supertones. It just is, and so. When I told Brandon, I'm like, yeah, like I'll give you a year with this kid and we'll see how it goes. You know, obviously it's going great. So we're pushing 2 years almost already.
Good,
so,
good news.
yeah.
Good report.
Yeah, totally. It's going well.
The State of the Union is strong.
Yes, totally. Yes. They give me my state of the musical union here soon.
Right.
But yeah, one of the first days I picked up Max and his brother and we drove to St. Louis to play acoustic opening for this other band, and Max told me that Brandon called him and said, hey, how would you feel if the guitar player from the Supertones was your guitar player? He was like, what are you talking? How is that possible? Because in their minds, I mean, they're a lot younger than me, they're in their 20s still, and like they grew up on these records, and they were their favorite records and stuff. Right. A lot of the Tooth and Nail stuff, like they loved like Hawk Nelson and Amberlin and stuff like that. But yeah, so it's just wild. And so when we came through Denver one time just playing acoustic. Max did like a little in-store at this record store. Jason set it up, and Mojo came down, and something came up about like, and this was like after people left, but I think Max's brother Brock was talking about how that was the song "So Great a Salvation."
Yep.
On Strike Back.
Yeah,
that was the
acoustic
song.
One.
That was the song that like Max's dad would sing to them. When they were young, and so I put on the guitar, and I was like, Mojo's like, remember to play it? I'm like, of course I do. Like we played those thousands of times. And so we just started playing it, and him and Max sang it, and it was like this really cool moment for him and for Brock, his brother, and yeah, Jason. I don't know if he posted anything, but yeah, he filmed some video of it. It was fun. That was the first time Mojo and I like played together in years and stuff. Wow. So, but we're writing a record together, by the way.
Grand Incredible, or
no, it's not gonna be called Grand Incredible. We're writing like an old. Our goal was like sonically like late 70s, early 80s two-tone ska, like Specials, Madness.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
we're here for that.
Mojo's really writing everything because I've just been on the road so much. I'll inevitably write guitar parts and stuff like that, but we've always worked well together, even back in the Supertones with like, he'd be the primary songwriter, then I was kind of like the arranger, adding all the bells and whistles, different parts, coming with the horn parts, things like that. So that's kind of how we're approaching it. Like now that I'm home and finishing up my solo stuff, I can start devoting time. He's already written like 16 songs. Like it's crazy. I've got a Dropbox folder full of stuff. Every like few weeks, he's like, "There's another one in there." I'm like, "Dude, slow down." So yeah, we're working on some stuff, and
sounds good. Well, we can bring you back on the pod to promote.
Totally.
When it starts to drop.
Yeah.
I don't know when it'll be ready. I haven't even like started like recording stuff. I did drums and guitar for like 2 songs about 4 months ago, but I've just been on the road like crazy I'm all year really, but
oh yeah,
this is one of my busiest
But also,
years
this
as
is why
well.
Ethan Luck is the best person to be in a band with, because he can just track everything. Everything.
I mean, yeah, that's the nice part about even doing my own music is like I'll get, I don't play horns, so like, that the cover EP you were talking about, I mean, that was Dan from the Supertones on trombone, Brett, who was in the W's and the Supertones on trumpet, and then another local friend on sax. But it's fun to be able to involve people from, my musical past on recordings. But most of my stuff, I'm recording at least drums, bass, guitar, lap steel, some keys, all vocals, unfortunately. That's my least favorite thing to do.
Come on.
I do not like recording vocal. Like if I'm doing like gang vocals or backup vocals, sure.
Okay.
But me being the primary singer, like live, great, it's fine. But like recording, I'm like, ugh, I should do vocals now. Like,
but I also feel like no one likes their own voice. Like, I mean, maybe there are some people. That's kind of what podcasts are about, right? Some people do like the sound of their own voice, but most people don't like recording and hearing it played back.
Yeah, like I don't mind my speaking voice. Like when I was podcasting for years, like I think back in the day with like interviews and stuff with bands, like I was always like, oh, it's weird to hear my own voice. But when I got used to the podcasting thing and doing hundreds of episodes, it became like, and I think enough people were like, hey, you've got actually a really good like radio podcast voice. And I was like,
you
I
do?
And then when I started listening, I wouldn't sit there and listen to our episodes, but when I was editing them, so sometimes I'd spend hours editing an episode. I'd be like, you know what? I kind of do have a cool voice for this,
I feel your pain on the editing.
Totally. The next podcast I do, because I still do want to do another one eventually. I'm like loosely talking to a friend back in California about just a general music based one. But I definitely want to figure out a way to edit less, and I don't know. I like part of me likes the looseness of, if someone's like off mic like this, trying to find something in the room to show or whatever, like I kind of like those things because then you really feel like a fly on the wall. When it's like a little too overproduced, then it just seems like it's like, it's like a recording a record, it's like it's very, very produced, but I don't know. We'll see. But
there's something to that. Because that was magnified pod, right? Just like, let's talk. It's be like 3-hour episode. Why not?
Yeah, some of it's like that. Yeah, totally. Yeah, but like doing a 3-hour episode and then editing that, gosh, sometimes it would take.
Oh, you don't want to edit it. No, you just put it all out there.
Yeah, totally.
Right, that's Jared, Brock, and I. We just sit back and let Kevin do the magic. Yeah,
yeah,
right.
You know a guy. Yeah,
Kevin. That's why Kevin's been just down in beers this whole episode.
That's pretty much.
All right, hour number 5. That's what I have to do here.
Right. Exactly. Damn, Ethan talks a lot. Jeez. But yeah, I'll say the initial thing we were talking about. I don't care for my voice. I've never liked it, but I do it because I love music and I love writing and recording and I should say I don't absolutely hate recording vocals. It's just the thing I want to get through the fastest. So the faster I can get it done, I'm like, whew, okay. Sometimes I'll do it early in a recording. I'll program like a drum beat. And then I'll do just like an acoustic or one electric, like scratch guitar, and then I'll do vocals. Because then the fun stuff comes after that, like bass and guitar parts and all that other stuff, Do
you feel like vocals, I feel like you get diminishing returns the more you take, too. Like the more takes you do. It seems like usually most of the best takes are some of the earliest ones. Does that seem right to you?
I think a lot of them are like that. Yeah, I think a lot of them are like that, especially if you've like really hacked out a song with a band. If you're in a collective band and you're a touring band or even playing locally and you're practicing a bunch, like usually an early take is going to be the one. But with me, like I don't play out as a solo artist hardly ever. It just kind of sucks to do it in Nashville, honestly. Like if you're like a cover band, it's super fun in Nashville.
Right.
And I do this thing with my buddies put on here called Grunge Night. It's just a bunch of 90s covers, every January. And they always ask me, and they usually throw me on a Soundgarden song, which is super fun because they're always challenging weird tunings, weird time signatures and stuff.
Sweet.
But it's just not like, I don't know, Nashville's so oversaturated with live music. To get your friends to come see you play is near impossible, I think the most I've drawn to a show here was like 50 people, and that was like I was doing like an album release show, had 2 other friends bands open that pulled some friends, and I was like begging people like, please come.
It's a very special occasion.
Yeah, it's a special occasion. It's my record release show, whatever. But yeah, it's kind of tough. Anyways, all I have to say is that I write songs, and sometimes I'll write them, and by the end of the day, I'm recording them. So I've never rehearsed them. I've never sung it before. I'll kind of hum it and kind of sing along as I'm writing on acoustic or whatever. But I've never sung it full voice. And so the first time I hit record on my vocal, I'm like, well, let's see how this goes. I've never sung it out like really loud before, you know. But I'll usually, I kind of have my thing down with writing and recording. So I usually know what I'm getting into when I'm writing. My only thing I think I run into is a lot of times I write songs a little too low in key, because sometimes I'm writing in a hotel room and I kind of have to be a little quiet, or, you know. So I never test what key works best for my voice in this certain song. You know, even mixing my next solo record last night, or yesterday, all day really, there was 2 songs where I was like, this probably should have been in a higher key. And I'm like, yeah, I remember where I wrote that song. It was this little crappy hotel in New Mexico in the middle of nowhere, and it was
at like 11:30 p.m.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. You know, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, if the recording comes out cool and sounds good, then you know, whatever, I'm happy with it. You know.
I feel like everybody has to compile tracks, but do you prefer like a single take approach, or do you care if it's like 57 different takes that are all kind of patched together?
Oh, like comping a track?
Yeah.
I usually record the whole thing. I go through the whole song, because then it kind of warms you up too, and I feel like you can kind of get a feel of what kind of delivery you should have. I mean, I'm not like this gifted singer by any means, you know, but there's certain inflection. Okay, fine, I'm a world-class singer.
Thank you for speaking your truth.
The voice paid for the helicopter. Yeah.
Thank you for speaking your truth. We're here for it.
I was once told I was the songbird of my generation.
Congratulations.
There you go.
Oh, grandma.
I do want to jump back to cover bands. I have to ask for a friend of the pod, how do you feel about the band Hall & Oates?
Are you kidding me? I don't know what their fans are called, if there's a name for them, but whatever it is, I'm one of them. I love Hall & Oates.
Let's go. Okay.
Oh yeah, I love.
Because we know a guy who's
no guilty pleasures here. Like full
we know
on.
a guy who's looking to start a Hall & Oates cover band.
Really? I have an idea for a Hall & Oates cover band I've had for years that would work really well in Nashville, because it's like if so. My idea is your Hall & Oates cover band, but it's like country, maybe teetering in bluegrass versions, more like kind of old school country train beat versions of Hall & Oates songs, and the band's called Y'all & Oates.
Y'all.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It sounds like this is about to happen. This is why we do this podcast.
This should happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I could add more time to the day, I would do it for sure. I actually did. Speaking of earlier, when I was talking about, I've just covered random songs and they're just on a hard drive. I did a cover of Out of Touch.
Oh, sweet.
Send that one over too.
It's my favorite Hall & Oates song.
Add it to the list, please.
please. Yeah, I'm writing that one down too to remind you.
Right.
It's such a good one. I did years ago, maybe 2019. Me and Jack, the band Bayside. I'm sure you know them.
Yep.
Jack O'Shea is one of my best buds. They're a guitar player, and we did a little self-booked week-long little run of shows just around the South and up to Chicago and back, basically. And I covered it. The only time I played it live was on that run of shows. It was fun.
Nice.
I'm sorry. No, on that one it was Maneater. I've done 2.
Okay.
I've done Maneater and I've done Out of Touch.
Writing that one down. Got it.
I did Out of Touch when I was still doing the Metallica podcast. Our Patreon we would because we didn't want it just to be a thing where people just gave money and got nothing in return. So we always were doing stuff, giving them cover songs, the Metallica cover EPs, asking guest questions, all those things. And we did a couple extra covers or whatever, and that's when I did Out of Touch. I'd have to find.
Sweet.
I know I've got it. I just I got a lot of things to email you guys. Jeez.
We'll start a Dropbox.
Yeah.
That's why Pete's a part of the show. He's just writing this down. Yep.
Jared, actually, I know that me and Brock, Brock gave you my info, but if you want to add everybody, like reply and add everybody, so then I could just send the stuff out. But
I will do that.
Yeah.
I did. That's right. I did Maneater. It's kind of like a cool, like big rock chords, but like halftime. I don't know. It's fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Such a good song. They're such a good band. I mean, I'm glad you brought them up because I love Hall & Oates. I've got, I don't have all their records on vinyl, but I've got at least 6, and their early stuff is great, but man, there's something about, like, obviously like Sarah Smile and She's Gone, like those hits are great songs, but man, I think once they hit the 80s, man, it was just, they're unstoppable. Like, that band, I think they had, I don't know if this is the exact number, don't quote me, but they had in their career 33 songs, I believe, that were in the top 100, and they had like 12 number ones or something.
Jeez.
Wow. It's wild, like how big their songs were. Yeah, they're just so good.
Do you call are you aware of the Hall & Oates hotline?
I was just going to bring it up.
Yeah. I have called it.
Yeah, that's good. Yep, cool.
I love Hall & Oates.
If you ever want to get a Hall & Oates cover band going, give David Bunton from the Showdown and
I know David. I photographed them years ago. I haven't seen him in forever.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if he's in Knoxville or is he in Knoxville? I know they're from
Knoxville, yeah.
Tri-Cities area, like
right. Johnson City.
Johnson City, that's it.
Yeah.
I didn't know he loved Hall & Oates. That's awesome.
Oh, big time.
I hit him up next time I go to Knoxville.
His cover band name is Private Guys. That's what he wants to start.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I still think Y'all and Oates.
Y'all and Oates would totally
Y'all
work.
and Oates is great.
A country tribute to Hall and Oates would be pretty rad. I tried to meet John Oates recently, by the way. He on this last tour with Max, we played this kind of small festival. It was basically a bunch of rich people because it was in Aspen.
Oh,
okay. And so it was maybe 3,000 or 4,000 people festival, which is small compared to most festivals, right?
Right.
But it was just us, this other band, I can't remember their name, and Lenny Kravitz that day.
Oh, wow.
So I love Lenny Kravitz,
really?
and I got to hang out and talk to Craig Ross, his longtime guitar player, who was just one of the coolest, most badass dudes.
So cool.
Like, they rolled out of these like blacked out SUVs for sound check, like in leather pants and just like ready to go on stage, and it was like 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Did he want to get away? Did he want to fly away in your helicopter?
Yeah.
He did, but I said, look, man, my mama said
Those
leave
the rules.
those bad boys alone.
That's
right.
You said American Woman, don't you?
That's right.
But yeah.
Originally by the Guess Who from
No, exactly. Yeah,
Winnipeg.
And guess
Canada's
who, if you're
best.
listening, we'd love to have you on the pod as well.
Aspen has all the helipads, plenty of
Dude,
parking.
one of the guitar players that was in the Guess Who, not during like American Women, but a little bit later, he owns a guitar shop in Winnipeg. And
cool.
Dan Thomas from the band The Undecided that's from there on Tooth and Nail.
Mm-hmm.
We stayed in touch all these years, and I just had 4 days in Winnipeg on this tour, which never happens. Like it's impossible that it ever happens on a tour schedule, but it happened to work out. So Dan and I hung out a bunch, and he took me to his guitar shop. So if you ever want to talk to someone who was in the Guess Who, hit up Dan Thomas.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah, and that guy's got, and that dude from the Guess Who has a crazy amount of awesome vintage rare guitars that aren't for sale. Like,
oh no, right?
Like he showed me. I have a picture of. He showed me a guitar that was owned by Slash on one of their first tours. They came through town, and he wanted like a different Les Paul, so he like traded with this dude, and he still has it. Like, and years later had Slash sign the pick guard. Like, I got to hold it and play it. I was like, this was Slash's guitar, and they were like, before Appetite for Destruction like blew up.
Right.
So yeah. Anyways, Dan would have that connection if you want to talk to someone from the Guess Who.
Sweet.
But what were we talking about? We were talking about
Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz. John Oates. So that second band that played, I'm blanking on the name of that band. Lawrence, I think they were called. They were like a collegey. They felt like a wedding band, to be honest. Not trying to be mean, but they just kind of felt like a wedding band. A bunch of like Berkeley students, started. And at one point, like, I'm backstage and there's like these screens that have like a live feed of the stage. Mm-hmm. And I look up and John Oates is on stage playing with them. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, I got to meet him. Like, this is a pretty small area backstage. Like, surely I can meet him. So I'm hanging out by our tour bus, which was parked next to Lenny's. And I'm just sitting there like hanging out. It was our drummer's birthday, so we're all kind of like hanging together for him. And I see John Oates like coming. I was like, oh my God. He's about to walk towards the dressing room area, kind of away
here
from
he
me.
comes.
Here he comes. Watch out, Ethan. Avoid you. He didn't see me coming or anything. I just stood up and I'm like, I got to go talk to him. I started walking and then he kind of like went and he just disappeared like it was magic or something.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think he might have teleported back to Nashville or something.
Yeah, he stole your helicopter.
Oh, he did. Yeah, that's why I was gone that day.
Yeah,
John Oates.
John Oates. But that's amazing. He like just vanished.
Yeah, I've heard he's the nicest dude. Like a friend of mine who's a session bass player in town has played on a few of his solo records and says he's such a sweetheart of a dude. So I was really hoping to meet him that day. I was on the lookout. But I didn't see him the rest of the day. So I was hoping to meet him and just to be like, hey, man, thank you, man. I got to see Hall & Oates at the Ryman Auditorium here in Nashville.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Such a
10 years ago, maybe. My buddy took me for my birthday. We went and got haircuts together at a barbershop, and then which I haven't gotten a haircut in years. Like I started losing my hair in my 20s. I'm just a hat guy. Right. He's like, hey, man, leave your hat off tonight. We're going to see Hall & Oates. Like, and they were amazing. They have... The amount of hits they have, here's a good example of how many hits they have. They opened with Maneater.
Oh my gosh.
They opened with
Maneater. And it was just no opening band, just Hall & Oates. They opened with Maneater. And I'm like, well, yeah, because they've got like, they have a set list full of hits.
Right.
And that was the whole set. Every song was just like, God dang, this song.
It's incredible. They never said like, we're going to play some new ones.
Yeah, I think John Oates. Me and my buddy Michael, we've always had this joke. He's equally a Hall & Oates fan like me. We've always had this joke because let's be honest, Daryl Hall, like he kind of writes the better songs, right?
Yeah.
Right.
John Oates has his fingerprint on things for sure, but there's always like a John Oates song or two on every record that's just not really as good as like a Sarah Smile or Kiss My List or whatever, right? And so we've dubbed John Oates. His nickname is Deep Cut. So I texted him that day when we were in Aspen, and I was like, "Dude, Deep Cut's here," and he knew what I was talking about right away.
Oh, that's awesome!
Great.
Yeah, John Oates is Deep Cut.
Deep Cut. I love it.
I don't mean that disrespectful. I love John Oates. He's a badass in his own right. And I have a John Oates T-shirt. It's just it's a mustache that just says Oates in it.
Oh, nice!
It's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Fantastic.
We need to do a spoof of that for Brock.
I'm happy to lend mine to that if you want to do it.
Dude, Brock has like the cleanest soup strainer I've ever seen.
It doesn't actually strain any soup. That's the thing. It's right there. It stops there.
It's like that straight though. It's like nothing can really, like disrespect.
I think my parents. I think for genetics.
It's amazing. Like I've got facial hair and I could grow a mustache, but that is.
Right.
That's like the thing. Like when I started seeing you pop up on the Tooth and Nail Facebook page, and everyone was commenting on like your mustache and stuff. I'm like, this dude is so cool. Like he looks like he really means this, holding up this vinyl or whatever.
He does.
That's the idea. That's the idea. When I hold something up, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't do any like paid promotions or whatever.
Yeah. I never got.
I never will.
Yeah.
Ever.
Oh, okay.
That'd be selling out.
Brock can't be bought.
That's correct.
No stepping stones.
Dude, that's awesome.
Maybe a helicopter ride.
I am greasing the wheels here to make that spoof shirt though. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
dude, you totally should.
I'm glad we've turned into a Hall & Oates podcast, guys.
Hey, I mean, there are many other things that would be far less preferable.
It's really
one
cool.
song a week from now on. We'll last forever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, I just want to listen to Hall & Oates now.
Yeah.
Is there a Hall & Oates podcast? I feel like there has to be.
There's got to be.
Should be.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a podcast for most bands. Like, when I was doing the Metallica podcast, I think we were like the first, or there was like a small one maybe, but we were the first main one.
Okay.
And, now there's like 8 of them or something just about Metallica. But
right.
yeah, nowadays the podcast world is obviously pretty saturated. But most bands, there's probably a podcast about that band out there. At least big bands like well known. I'm sure there's a million Beatles podcasts or whatever.
It looks like out of touch. A Hall and Oates podcast is the name.
Oh, is that right? Okay,
There you
it
go.
exists.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
I was just going to say that the 4-parter that you did for Armageddon Massive, Ethan, was a great coverage
thanks,
of that.
man.
Like I really enjoyed
Yeah.
that. That was a lot of fun.
That was fun. Yeah. I think those are somehow still on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
But I literally got I hosted them through my old website, which I haven't.
I was
had
trying
in
to
like
find them,
6
and the only
years.
place I could listen was Spotify. Right?
They're somehow still there. I
That's
don't know
like
why.
Joe's old podcast is only up on Joe Yerke's old podcast. Average Jerks is only on Spotify.
Oh, weird.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
you can still listen to that there also.
it is still up there. Last I checked.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Okay,
It's
all
been
right.
Wild, yeah. Man, those were fun to do. I remember that 20th anniversary was coming up of that record. So I guess it would have been 2018.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I was doing my solo podcast at the time, kind of off and on, and I just thought, man, this would be kind of fun thing to do. Only if the other 3 guys and Steve Kravac are down for it. That's the only way I was wanting to do it. And everybody was like, yeah, cool. And so yeah, that was a fun little retrospect of that record.
Yeah. Speaking of Kravac, have you heard that solo record he put out?
Man, I haven't listened to it yet. We were just texting the other day because I think it was he posted something that I commented on or whatever. But yeah, he was out doing some solo shows and stuff. And I haven't checked out the record yet, though. I need to.
It's a good album. I mean, it's like, you know what he does. He does good music. It was definitely, I think, maybe not precisely what people would expect because of like all the punk stuff he's produced.
Sure.
Like it was more laid back, but it was like really, really great, like kind of power pop songs.
Oh, cool. I'm down with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great record. Stephen Bradley is what he goes by as a performer. So yeah, it's worth it. I'm blanking on the album title. So great promo. We'll never talk to him because of this.
I mean, people have streaming services. They can look up Stephen Bradley, but
it's true. Yeah,
it is funny that people will kind of pigeonhole somebody for what they do and genre and all that kind of stuff. And like for me, I just like a good song. Give me a good song. If like. It could be a style of music I love, but if it's a crappy song, I'm like, I don't really want to, listen to this. I like most styles of music and, just a few things that I don't care for, but yeah, I just want.
That's why the Ethan Luck brand floats above genre.
Dude, I'm all over the place, man.
Well done there.
Hey.
With the helicopter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. More of a hover. Yeah.
Hovers above the genre landscape.
Right.
That's the fun part about like being like an independent artist,
Right.
and that it's not my job. It's all my solo music is strictly passion, and like because I don't make hardly any money on it, obviously, even though I record most. I mean, I've done a couple records at the Paul Moak studio in Nashville, but most of my stuff's just recorded right what you see on your screen right now, like down here in my little garage studio. And so it's just fun to be able to not have a label and not have to be bound to something like, oh, you're known for this or whatever. And so it's like, I made some little kind of country punk EPs, then I made like a reggae record, and then I made a surf instrumental album, and now the next one's kind of just like a rock country influence. I don't know. I don't sing in an accent, I can tell you that, but
Don't worry,
That's
folks,
good.
you're safe.
yeah, there's like lap steel and it's like twangy guitars on it and stuff like that. But it's, I'm not calling it a country record or anything like that. But, but I was doing that. My first 2 EPs I ever did were kind of like that, and that was shoot, that first one came out in 2013, That's the fun part about just being a multi-instrumentalist and just like loving all different styles of music is I can just kind of make whatever,
Sure.
But I think I've kind of narrowed it down to a few things, overall. But I do want to make another instrumental record. I had so much fun doing that because I didn't have to record vocals
Yeah. Right.
or write them. I didn't have to write any. I just was like, oh, I'm done. Sweet. Just got to write a melody. I'll hum melody. Like when I write, it's usually on acoustic first. I have one of my dad's old acoustics that he gave me a few years ago. And it was the first guitar I ever learned on, actually. So that's very, very sentimental. It became the number one guitar to grab if the house is on fire.
Sure.
It's like right there. I know where it's at, ready to go. But yeah, I'm always like humming melodies first. Like sometimes I'll have a lyric idea first, but it's usually melodies. That was the best part about an instrumental record is I just had to write melodies on guitar, and then I'm like, oh, there it is, and no lyrics needed.
Don't have to sing it. Yeah.
All done.
Right.
Yeah. So I've got a bunch of ideas. That'll be the next thing once I get through this record and I've got an EP that's ready, or not ready, but it's written and demoed, and it's got to properly record everything, which I started today. So
That's perfect.
while I have the time at home, so.
And as you ready your exhibit at the Hall of Fame of Christian music, Christian and gospel music, is that right? I've heard you're on the.
I mean, you know me, I'm such a gospel artist. You know?
Yeah. I heard about the new museum, and I heard that you have a predominant display there. Yeah.
Is there a real museum, or are you just?
It's in Nashville.
Oh yeah.
It just opened.
Just open.
As of like last month, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if I have a feeling I know who's behind it. 'Cause I know a dude that I was asking me if I had any Supertone stuff that he could
There,
like borrow.
Oh,
there is a
Borrow.
there is a suit
Yeah.
there. There is a what is it? The jumps. One of the
The
one of
orange
the suits
one?
is there. Yeah, I think so. Let me.
That's
Let me see
weird
if I
because
can
he
find it.
asked me about that, and I said if you want to borrow, you can. And then I never heard back about it.
We need to find that post.
I wonder if
now.
he hit up Mojo. He must have hit up Mojo or Dan lives here still, so maybe it was Dan. I still have mine. It's in my closet in my bedroom.
Is
I was gonna
it?
say, it
Oh,
sounds
that's
like you
awesome.
would drive the hardest bargain for that.
Oh, no way, dude. I was like, I mean, you can. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this thing. I still have it. I don't know. I'm not gonna wear it. Like, I mean, maybe for Halloween. Dude, I don't know if those
On
pants.
tour
would
with
fit anymore.
Max,
Those pants were
Yeah.
tight back then, man.
right?
Yeah, I still have that, and I still have the ties we wore on our final show in 05. I found these skinny checkered ties. Still have that, and then I have the when we did the Letterman sweaters
Oh,
on the Loud and
right,
Clear
yeah.
tour. I still have that, and our dumb manager at the time. I don't feel bad calling him dumb. He was a snake.
That's what I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. He or somebody at management just guessed my size. Like Ethan's kind of a big guy, and they ordered me like a triple X or something. So it was
Oh,
always
geez.
yeah,
man.
like I'm XL. Like just ask. All you do is call me and ask me. And I remember like getting
SML
this-
XL. Right.
Exactly. I just remember getting it, and I was like, "Wow, this!" And like, so I think I always wore it for like the first 2 songs, and just took it off. I'm like, "This thing's so hot," and it's like a thick ass sweater.
Right.
And I finally took it out, but I still have that too.
if you still have it and you're looking to unload it, I am a triple X. But no, you're right.
I mean, again, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this stuff.
Now we get to the crux of why we invited you to join us here.
I am looking. I heard about your triple X sweater.
You need items.
Trying to go thrifting in your closet. Yeah.
That's why.
We're welcome.
Found an article that says Steve Gilreath is the driving force
okay.
behind the creation of the museum. I don't know.
That's a different person.
Yeah.
I'm really not looking for it, but that's really funny.
A Christian music museum.
So what's this other guy want with these anyways? Yeah.
Well, I think
Right.
he was wanting to eventually. I don't know. So I asked him. I was like, "You can start a museum?" He's like, "I don't know." He's like, "I just kind of want to like archive a lot of this stuff." And I'm like, "Fair
okay.
enough. That's cool." And so I was like, "Well, I'm like, you're welcome to this stuff. Like, I don't necessarily want to give it to you, but you can
Right.
have it on like long-term loan, like, you know." But even I don't know. What am I going to do with it? You know,
Right. Right.
like my music gear that I've used on records throughout a lot of my career. Like I have most of that. There's only really 2 guitars I use in the Supertones I don't have anymore, and I wish I had them. Damn it. But yeah, like I mean, like I said, like this 1980 Gibson right here that was on Loud and Clear, and I've got a let me see where. Like this was on Loud and Clear. This was on Hi-Fi Revival.
nice.
Oh, wow.
This was one of my live guitars forever. It doesn't. It looks nice on video, but it's pretty beat up.
Okay. I just like that sunburst.
This is a cheap ass $500 Epiphone I bought. An Epiphone Dot I bought in like '98 maybe.
Okay.
Is that a casino?
No, it's just an Epiphone
No.
Dot. Yeah, it was
Okay,
literally
Dot.
like it was like $450 or something. I bought it
Sure.
at this music store in Huntington Beach, California.
Yeah.
It was the first semi-hollow body guitar I ever bought, which is what got me hooked on playing guitars like this. Like I played Jazzmaster and Telly, but I mostly on the road play like Gretches and like big guitars because I'm not small. But this guitar, speaking of the museum or whatever, this was on. I used this on Loud and Clear. I used this on Hi-Fi Revival. This was the main guitar on that Hi-Fi Revival record. Like I used this and that Telly, but it was mainly this one.
Mm-hmm.
And it still works and it's cheap, but it looks cool and sounds cool. So
That's all you need, right?
Put that in the
Someone that does
museum.
the job. Yeah.
There you go.
you used to have a picker. I have no idea what happened to it. I think I took it off. I don't know.
Who needs it?
Really have no idea what happened, but yeah, like a lot of like, you know, the gear, like there's an amp over here. You obviously can't see that it's a Fender Bassman. And that was all the clean guitars on Loud and Clear. It was on Hi-Fi Revival and Revenge,
Okay.
And the live record. That's like, there's still handwriting, like Bill Stevenson from the Descendants, who recorded that live record for the Supertones. He was like dialing in my amp to, for the recording purposes, and kind of working with me like, hey, does that sound good to you still? I'm like, yeah, it sounds great. And that was my clean amp for that tour. And he's like, I'm just going to put some tape on top and mark the settings. I was like, just take the Sharpie and write on the knobs. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. And so his handwriting's still on the amp. And so it's just a fun little, I just thought I knew it'd be a fun thing I would enjoy later in life,
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, like a lot of that stuff, I would never expect any of my crap to be in a museum, but
Speak not too soon.
yeah, right. Yeah, so someone's gonna come calling me, like, "Can I get that Bassman?" Nah,
Yep.
I still use it a lot at home. But yeah, there's so many little things that I have. There's certain amps I don't have anymore. A couple guitars I don't have, but I do still have a lot of that stuff from like different records. I don't have anything Dingies related that from drums, like nothing.
It's
like
so far
that,
back,
but-
right? Like it would be hard to imagine. I mean, not that it wasn't great,
Yeah.
but like it's hard to imagine holding on to that for that long.
Well, and it was also like a cheaper drum set back then that, and
when you're
in
upgrading.
in sizes I wouldn't use now.
Mm.
Like back then for drum nerds out there was like a 22-inch kick and like a 12 and a 14-inch tom, and I would never use that now. Like, I use big drums. I have 24-inch kick, 13, 16, 18 toms, and so I wouldn't have hung on to that anyways. Although I do still have what I call the poor man's timbali that I used in the Dingies.
Yep.
It was a snare drum that was broken in my high school. I played drums in jazz band. I'm not a jazz drummer at all. I faked my way through it, but it was fun. And I played in jazz band in high school for 2 years, a guitar 1 year and drums the next. And I said, hey, to my jazz band teachers, hey, can I take this home and use it if I fix it up? He's like, sure, it's broken. I'm like, okay. And we never talked about me returning it. It was never discussed.
Never part of the deal.
I just never gave it back.
Yeah.
I graduated and moved on, and then I took the bottom head off and all the hardware for like the snare strands and stuff.
Right.
And I made it into like a poor man's timbali for the Dingies. And
Nice.
it's I'm pretty sure it's on Armageddon Massive on
I was gonna say, then you have that sound when you need it. Yeah.
yeah, I think
That's sweet.
on Rebel, that song Rebel Youth, there's like that little peg leg counts down 4 3 2 1, and there's like little
Yep.
drum fills. That timbali is that drum. It's
Love
at my
it.
friend's house down the street right now, but that is one thing I still have actually. I just
It
realized
belongs in a museum. Yeah.
That's right.
that. Put it in the Punk Rock Museum in Las Vegas.
There you go.
I found one post, and I could have sworn I saw another one, but the jumpsuit, I think I might have misconstrued, but it's and I sent it to Jared to put in the chat, but it's the Newsboys jumpsuit. But I thought I saw a Supertones one.
That's right. That's blue, not orange.
Yeah, it might have been a dream. I might have, it's like the gold blue dress. I don't know, but
Not a great time.
but and then there's a Steve Taylor suit is on there too.
Okay, well, Steve Taylor's rad. Steve Taylor almost produced Hi-Fi Revival, actually.
Oh, really?
Is that
Oh,
right?
wow.
Yeah.
That would have been so cool.
I in retrospect, I wish it. No disrespect to Brent Bourgeois. Brent is an amazing human being and did
Also
a great
very
job.
famous, well recommended. Yeah.
Totally Bourgeois tag.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did that, and then like Charlie Peacock executive produced. He kind of Rick Rubin the record. Like he'd come in once a week and listen.
Took
down,
off his shoes.
hovered above the console and stuff.
Close his eyes. Yeah.
I love a lot of the songs on that record, but looking back, I'm like, man, what would Steve Taylor would have done with that record? Would have been so cool to know,
I know.
And I saw Steve a few years ago at like a friend of mine that lives in my neighborhood was having like a Christmas party, and my wife and I just went. And I walk in the kitchen, there's Steve Taylor. I was like, Steve, and he like remembered me, and
Just a regular guy having some eggnog.
yeah, he's just he was sniffing eggnog. That was weird.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
As he does. No, he's such a good dude, and he I always wonder like what would that record have sounded like if he did it, because we had this rehearsal space in where I live, and we rented in East Nashville, and at the time, and we met with a couple producers, and I don't remember if there was anybody else but Brent and Charlie and Steve, but Steve came down. We were like playing him some songs and stuff like that, and he had all these ideas, and I don't know, I almost feel like he would have made it slightly cooler in a way, like
Sure.
because it was like a weird departure record for us, like the non-ska record,
Right.
But I still love a lot of those songs on there. There's a few things I'd change about it if I could, but
It wasn't rock without horns, right? But it was like kind of like the very edge of rock with horns.
yeah, I mean, there's horns on pretty much every song still, but
Right.
we
They're in the band. They got to be on the record.
right, yeah. Mojo called that record fourth wave soul, I think he called it.
Okay.
I mean, we kind of just wrote these songs, and then instead of me just doing like the skanks they're called, if you want to get, if you want to be correct to the genre.
Hip with the kids.
But, yeah, but they're called, where the term skanking came from, but the upstrokes. Basically, me and Mojo would write all these songs, and instead of me doing upstrokes, Mojo would like push me and be like, hey, just come up with like a cool guitar part. That's where a lot of like little John Frusciante isms came out on that record.
Oh, that's cool.
On certain songs. And the other ones were just fun little things I could, come up with that were melodic and catchy and whatever. But yeah, it was a fun record. I wish I could have played the drums on it though. I've never was happy with the drums. But only because I demoed all the songs on drums, and the guy, the studio drummer that came in, we were in between drummers at the time, and the guy
I was going to say you had a couple of different drummers. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was right before I finally called my buddy John, who's like one of the best drummers I know, the guy I grew up with in California, badass drummer, John Wilson. He's the guy. He's the one that played on Revenge. And if you listen to the last song on that record, "Dream of Two Cities," he like layered 2 different drum kits, and like it's just the coolest thing on that record, I think. But I just remember being in the studio and like the dude Dan, his name was Dan, and everyone I know that knows him is like, he's the best dude ever. And I was like, it was tough in the studio because I was like, hey, can you play like this?
He's a real nice guy. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And like, literally, I mean, I'm sure he's the best, but like, I just remember, and maybe he was, because he was older than me and I don't know what it was, but I was like, hey, can you play it like this? And he was like, I mean, I don't really like that or whatever, And I think I bummed him out one day and I said, hey, can I get behind the kit and show you what I'm talking about? And drummers don't like that. I don't care if someone's like, even if someone's I'm recording something and they're like, hey, can I show you what I'm thinking? I'd be like, yeah, sit down. I don't care. I'm not too prideful for that crap. But I think it bummed him out a lot that I was showing him what to do on it, because there was a specific drum part. I can't remember what song it was. I was like, man, there's just this part. It just works so well with how me and Mojo wrote these things. Me and Mojo wrote all those songs. Like just the two of us. Nobody else. I mean, the horns were written kind of in the studio. Or Dan would come over sometimes and like come up with horn lines. I wrote a few, Mojo wrote a few, but yeah, it was pretty much me and Mojo, that whole thing. But yeah, so put this in the museum, I guess, is what we're saying.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I had completely I've forgotten that you and Chris Beatty were in the Supertones at the same time.
Yeah, I brought him in.
Yeah,
he tour managed us originally.
Cool.
When Tony was still on bass, and then Tony was leaving the band, and me and Chris Beatty were roommates. When I moved to Nashville the first time, I lived with Mojo for about 10 months, and then I moved in with Chris Beatty and this guy named Joel Griffith, who was amazing dude. And yeah, we were roommates for like, I don't know, about a year and a half before I moved back to California. And he came out to tour manage us because he was looking for work. And then when Tony was leaving, I was like, hey, how are your bass skills? Because Tony is an amazing bass player. Like, I think to this day, Tony is probably the most gifted bass player I've ever played with in my life. Like, I've played with a lot of great bass players, and no disrespect to them at all. But Tony, I always wonder, like, if his name comes up, I'm like, if that dude would have moved to Nashville or even just up to LA and just like really worked get into the session world, I have no doubts he would be like one of the top session guys that gets phone calls in Nashville. He's so freaking talented. But with that said, I was like, okay, Tony's kind of a 1 in a million bass player. So I asked Beatty, I was like, man, how are your bass skills? Can you, whatever. So the band, like, he didn't even own a bass. Like, we bought him, the band bought him a P bass. And he learned Tony's stuff. He would play with a pick. Tony was a fingers player. Okay. And Beatty would play with a pick. And it was like, okay, yeah, it's never going to be Tony, but this works. So we went with that, and he just kind of eventually tour managed / played bass. It was fun. And then I he didn't play on Revenge. Okay. He just, he wasn't crazy solid in the studio on bass. So I actually do all the bass on Revenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all the bass. I when we recorded that, I was living back in California, and I flew out to Nashville for I don't know how long we did that record in like, I think we booked 2 weeks, and we were done in 11 days with that record.
Oh wow.
We just
Jeez.
we just had our stuff down. We just were well rehearsed. We played live all the time. So I remember Mark Townsend was even like, "Man, you guys are like really quick." We're like, I mean, we played 280 shows this year or whatever, you know.
Right.
And we would always try out new songs live before we recorded them too. So there was a few we had down. But so I ended up just playing bass on the whole record.
Gotcha.
Will McGinnis from Audio Adrenaline loaned me like a 72p bass that he had. It was just awesome, and so I used that on the whole record.
Well, and when I was looking through stuff to find that Guerilla Rodeo, I found this old gem, the old 7 Day Jesus.
Great record.
Boy, Chris.
Oh my gosh.
right there,
Look at him,
right there.
dude.
Look at him.
West Virginia's own 7 Day Jesus.
Huntington, West Virginia.
That's right.
Because
We are Marshall.
right,
Yeah.
right. After he left you guys, then my connection to him is Switchfoot TM and Tech.
Yeah.
So that's how I got to know him, and then I realized, wait, you were in 7 Day Jesus and the Supertones. I mean, I'm just talking to him and just as Beatty, and he goes, "Yeah, I was in this little band, 7 Day Jesus." I'm like, "Okay, buddy." Yeah,
Little band, you say?
yeah. And then I was in Supertones. I'm like, "Oh, okay, buddy."
I know that a lot of their fans like really love like the first record because it's a little more raw and kind of like very 90s sounding. But man, that second record that had "Everybody Needs Love" on
So
it.
good. Yeah.
Oh God, that Brian. I don't know why I'm blanking right now. Brian's had a lot of music projects since then.
McSweeney.
Yeah, Brian McSweeney.
Yeah.
His current one. God, why am I blanking on it?
Mirrors.
Mirrors
With two
yes.
eyes. Yeah.
Dude, that stuff is so good.
Yeah. It was a great performance when I saw them in Minneapolis. It was just a great show and really, really intriguing music that wasn't predictable, but it was good. It also wasn't like ostracizing it. It's not like it was hard to get into. It was just like, oh, this is very kind of like Bruce Hornsby is very innovative, but also very like accessible. I think
that's
similar. Right. They're the Bruce Hornsby of their genre, whatever their genre is called.
Amazing. That's a good comparison. Yeah, that band. I remember Brian posting about that. I haven't seen Brian in a while, but I every once in a while he had me come do some photography for him when he was doing one of his like solo records in the studio one time. And every time I hear him do stuff, I just always think like, how on earth does the world not just obsess over Brian McSweeney? Like,
right. Like this is the guy that should be at the front of everyone's mind.
Yes, absolutely. It's like to me, he's like another generation like Jeff Buckley. Like he's obviously in that vein vocally. Right. There's a few like Tim Skipper from House of Heroes is that way too. But like, he's just one of those guys. Every time I hear him sing, I'm like, what? Why? Why is he not just like the artist that everyone fawns over, like Radiohead or something? Because he's just that good at singing and writing and stuff. So, but yeah, the Mirror stuff is great. Yeah, I haven't seen him in quite a while. I don't even know if he lives here. He was in Chicago forever.
Oh, Chicago, yeah. A couple years ago, that's still where they were based out of.
I should just hit him. Oh, they were okay. Maybe he's still there. I should reach out to him. It's been a minute.
I mean, now you can go up the Willis Tower.
That's true.
I can do the test we were talking about.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Just so excited.
Some research, yeah. Brian, I would love to hang out with you in Chicago. Here's the thing: you got to meet me at the Willis Tower.
You got to go with me to every floor.
On every floor.
I want to know. Like we'll skip the first 20, but I got to know what floor it is where my legs start to feel like jelly. And my heart sinks a little bit.
and it'll be like a hot ones. It'll be a hot ones. Instead, it's every floor, and you talk to him about the Mirrors project.
We'll call it High Ones.
High ones. There we go.
There you go.
There's your next podcast. There it is.
It's going to attract a different audience. The high ones.
I'm going to tell you guys a little secret. The only reason I want to be famous is to be on Hot Ones.
Let's go.
It's a good reason.
Like, there's no reason for Sean to have me on the show, right? Zero reason.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, you're with Max now, so
I mean, look at the people they have on there. I mean, it's like
Conan was amazing.
Conan was the best episode ever.
Yes,
hands down. But like I recently watched like the Jason Bateman one and stuff, and like I love all of them, and I always think, God, I want to do this so bad on this show, and I'll never get to because I'm not a famous person, right? But
Well, do they have musical people on, or is it more like television
famous
movies?
ones like Dave Grohl was on it, and like
Sure.
like big musicians.
Sure.
Mrzinski, yeah.
But they're not going to have they're not going to have me or Reese Roper or whoever, right?
Yeah, have that mojo first. Yeah.
However, I told Max McNown, I said, if you ever get famous enough where you get asked to do Hot Ones, can you at least bring me along and
let me come with you?
Have them set up the same thing for me, but just behind the cameras,
right?
And I just want to do it
like a picture-in-picture situation,
right?
I don't have to be on TV or anything. I just want to be in the studio and do that.
Well, but here's the thing. Does he like hot things like hot wings and all that? Does he?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's not his go-to, but it
could go baseball, and instead of a designated hitter, you could have a designated hot one.
That's true. It's still the DH,
like a body double here, the stunt double,
the DHO,
designated hotter,
DHO, yeah.
I'm down, so down. I was DH when I played baseball when I was young.
See?
So
there you go.
Prepared you for this.
I'm ready for it. I love spicy stuff.
I was going to say you like spicy stuff. That's
absolutely
the thing, right?
If I go to
you want to do this because you like it.
Yeah. If I go to a Thai restaurant and I say, "What is your spice level?" They say 1 through 5. I go 5.
Boom.
6.
I have done that. My friend Michael, my Hall & Oates friend, there's a Thai restaurant in Nashville called Thai Phuket, and the old one that used to be close to us, it's kind of by the Titan Stadium. We would go there a lot, and we did 5 every time. And we're like, man, it's not really that spicy. I wonder if it's because we're like white guys. They're just like, they can't handle this, right?
Because that is a thing, right? Like that can be a dynamic at restaurants where you're like, I know you know me and what I look like, but I'm asking for your 5.
So we asked one day, we said, can we go higher than 5? They go, sure. And we go, give us 10, give us 10. and they said, okay. So we got it. And it was more spicy. And I was like, but I looked at Michael, I was like, man, it's still not lighting me up.
Mm.
So next time we went in, 15. We got up to 25, and the guy goes,
"Are you serious?"
Yeah. We said, and the guy, it was the
multiples of 5.
Yeah, it was the same staff that worked there pretty much.
5 squared.
Yes. So they knew us. We went there like once a week, and so finally go in there, and the guy started calling us his spicy friends.
Oh,
we walk in, he goes, "Oh, my spicy friends." So, and we sit down this last time, and we go, "Hey," he goes, "Was 25 not enough for you?" He goes, "Look," Michael goes, "Look, can you pretend like we're not just white Americans?" He goes, "Make it as spicy as you can that someone in Thailand would say that's spicy."
Oh my!
And they finally did. And
Nice.
I mean, our noses were running. It was like probably worse than the last dab on Hot Ones.
Oh my gosh!
Like I've seen people on Hot Ones on the last dab where they accidentally like drip a bunch of it on the wing, and they're like, and they're like, "Oh, this is crazy hot." But I'm like, see, my reaction was hotter than whatever you're eating, so I feel like I do well on Hot Ones.
Well, you didn't know that this was now your audition video for Hot Ones.
That's right. This will be our low light, right?
This will be a low light.
Is Sean Evans about to show up in the
bring
chat?
him on in, Jared.
Here we go.
The surprise for Mr. Luck.
He's been waiting for about 3 hours to come in.
This camera. Tell everybody what you got going on.
It's going to come through that door right behind you. There's going to be some hot wings on a plate.
We gave him your
It's gonna be
personal
amazing.
address.
He is more than welcome in my home anytime.
Oh, that's
Is that what
amazing.
you're going for? Like, is it success, like a good meal when your nose is running, your eyes are watering? Like,
No,
'cause I
that
like
was
that.
just. I mean, I do like a little bit of sweat.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll usually just if they say, because I know that because I'm not like I'm just using Thai restaurants as an example.
Mm-hmm.
I know because I'm not a Thai person that they're going to go easy on me,
Right.
and that's fine. So I always if they say 1 through 5 or 10, I just say the top number every time.
Right.
And every once in a while I'll get kind of lit up. Like it happened in Canada on this last tour where they're like, "Hey, 1 through 5," and I was like 5. And she said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yep." And I remember leaving there going, "Okay, it wasn't the 25."
That wasn't
from
a
Thai
5.
food.
Yeah.
It was probably like an 8, but
Okay.
yeah, but that's the trick. If you want it to be above normal, you got to tell them like, "Hey, I know that, I'm just a dumb white dude, can you light my ass on fire?
So is this so the
I'll sign the
25
waiver.
restaurant? Did you it was one at a time, right? You said you went in and you got up to 25 by increasing the number by one each time. Is that right? No. Okay.
It started from like 5 to 10.
Okay.
It was kind of like 1,
6,
maybe
7, 8, 9, 10.
Maybe we skipped a number here, but once we hit
Sure.
10, it still was enough. Then we just went in and said 15. Then
Okay,
it was 20.
right.
Multiples
5, 10,
of 5
15, 20.
at that point.
Yeah. Okay. But it's still
Yeah.
comically absurd to me that you got to 25 before it was actually what you were looking for.
I just think they were trying to be nice to us, honestly.
I mean, that's
You know?
well intentioned, right?
The good thing is Thai Phuket still exists, and I can still go there. Now when I go there, I just say 5 every time, and it's like
Okay.
it's like an enjoy. It's hot. Like to people that don't like spicy stuff, it would absolutely light them up. But for me, anybody that likes spice, like 5 is like, okay, I have a little bit of sweat, but I'm really enjoying the meal still. There's still a lot of flavor,
Mhm.
so that's
Yeah.
kind of where I hover around.
It's where you live.
Yeah, but if
You
I,
hover
if I
in your helicopter.
in my helicopter, I only eat Thai food in my helicopter. Yeah.
Right. I feel like we have to, because we were inspired by the pickle and boot shop. I feel like we do have to ask delicately and probably in coded language about After Effects. What is your experience with
Like Adobe After
processing?
Effects, the program.
Yeah, exactly. How do you modify this? How do you enhance the meal? No, like if you gotta download the meal once you're done with it, do you notice
Oh, we're
this at
talking
that
about
time?
like what
talking about
this does to my
elimination, yeah.
what it does to my bowels.
Oh,
Correct.
the
Yeah.
after party. Got it.
The
Man,
helicopter ride risk. That's
I
what we're
really
looking
thought you were like pivoting hard left and actually talking about like Adobe After Effects.
No, sir.
Okay.
That's not what we do here.
Okay, fair enough.
Our overlords would not be proud of us if we
That's
did.
too smart for us.
You
yeah.
have to go poop.
When it's poo-poo time.
Everybody does. Yeah.
Man,
Not
I
in
gotta
your
say,
yard.
I don't know what it is. I kind of have a pretty strong stomach for stuff
Okay.
like that.
Mhm.
Might be a little spicy coming out.
Sure.
If we're getting detailed here, but
right.
I never like, dude. I'll eat Taco Bell
Yeah.
and no problem.
Right.
No issues. Now, I
Just
think
made of
maybe one
steel.
thing is that I don't eat meat, so maybe that's probably helpful.
Mm.
Right.
Like when I go to
Mhm.
Thai restaurant, I usually get pad Thai with tofu.
Yeah.
Taco Bell, they've got a ton of vegetarian options. So
Yeah.
I'm not getting the random Taco Bell like their sludge beef that's in the stuff. I loved it growing up.
Right.
That's an
Real good.
excellent description.
Wait, how's the hot ones gonna work?
Well, they'll
If
do,
you don't eat
they'll-
meat, now I'm wait.
No, they'll do like veggie or like vegan
Okay.
wings. I've
Gotcha,
seen everyone.
gotcha.
I can tell right away because I was vegan for a long time now. I'll eat. I have fish now and like eggs, but like I just don't eat like chicken, pork, beef.
Sure.
And so
What do they call it? Is that ova pescatarian?
I think so. There's a bunch
Okay.
of terms.
Yeah.
When I'm on the road and like there's like a venue's ordering food or they have like a menu to order from, I just say vegetarian. It's just the easiest thing, you know. Or sometimes
Sure,
I'll say
that makes sense.
pescatarian.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. I just have this maybe a stomach of steel or something. I don't know. It's rare that I ever have an upset
You're
stomach
blessed.
after eating something. I think
Mhm.
I might be. I think it's my spiritual gift.
I think that might be why you're still on the road. Like I think this is connected to like
Oh, yeah.
traveling a lot.
Could be,
like having
yeah.
an iron stomach is useful.
I mean, I'm in
We've
my
gotten down
40s
to
and
brass tacks.
and
Yeah.
I'll in my 40s and I'll still mess with some Taco Bell here and there, you know.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty.
Mess
is
with being the key word there. Yeah.
right.
Black
Right.
bean crunch wrap. Thing is good, dude.
The crunch wrap itself, just like as a confection, as like a culinary delight, it's such an incredible because it's a crunchy thing wrapped in a soft thing with cheese or whatever passes
Yeah.
through cheese, and
Right.
and yeah, it's such a wonderful thing.
Should
You make
them
those at home?
I do, yeah.
I do too. Yeah.
Dude, you got to get the 12-inch tortillas.
Yep.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, that's key.
yeah.
Yeah, then you get the little tostada shells in the middle.
Mhm.
And the nice thing about
It's been a
making them
while
at
since
home,
I've done this, but yeah,
right? The nice thing about making them at home is that tostada shell stays crunchy because you wrap it up and you grill it and you eat it right away. But like
immediately.
I feel like when
yeah.
you go to Taco
can't
Bell,
wait.
it's sitting in the bag. You're driving home or whatever, and then it's a little soft.
Wait,
but
you wait until you get home to pull it out of the bag?
Taco Bell is tough to eat while driving. Sometimes it's possible.
That's true. That's true.
And the other
yeah.
thing I like to do, and this is another thing with the spice thing, I get the fire sauce.
Yep.
Right, right.
Or
You
what's
gotta
the
add
is that the hottest one at Taco Bell, or is there like
fire?
Is fire the
yeah.
hottest one? I think.
I think so.
I was thinking of Del Taco and the Del Scorcho sauce, but here's what I like to do, and I've done this forever. 1 packet per bite.
Sure. Yeah, just like really load it down.
Just load it up, dude.
Nice.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I started doing that. There's a great, if you're ever in Southern California, in South Orange County and North San Diego County, it's a small chain of Mexican places called Pedro's Tacos. It's my favorite place on earth. Their fish tacos are amazing, but they've got great carne asada burritos, all that stuff. They had just like the generic, like I thought it was like some kind of special hot sauce that they made in like the aluminum packets. And I finally looked over in the fine print, and it said Heinz.
It's just really good Heinz.
Totally, but the hot one is just something so tasty about it. And I used to get like this bean, rice, and potato burrito, and I would just a whole packet per bite. And I think my record was like 14 on one.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Yeah,
You said Pedro's Tacos?
Pedro's Tacos, dude.
I'm saving one now in my map so that next time I'm there.
Yeah, there's 2 in San Clemente, California, where I used to live, and then there's 1 in Oceanside.
Okay.
It's on the other side, inland, on the other side of the I-5 freeway. Or as we say in California, the 5.
The 5. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you probably do that on the West Coast too. Yeah.
Sometimes it's a tell. If you're in Oregon, it's a tell that you're not really from Oregon.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, out here in the South, everyone's like, Interstate 65.
Interstate 65.
Yeah.
Everybody has a lot of time to say
Or
the whole
like,
thing.
I get on I-65 or whatever. And
Turn right at the Hattebees.
when I moved here, someone's like, "Oh, where are you living at?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just right off the 24." And they're like, "The
What?
24?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's the 24 freeway. What, I mean,
We don't address roads properly here. No,
Yeah.
it's very casual.
yeah. I don't know.
95.
That's what we called it growing up. The 5, the 405, the 110.
Yeah.
The Californians.
The Californians.
The Californians.
Ethan, what are you doing here?
Dude. One of the best SNL bits ever. I just love how over exaggerated it is.
So good.
It's like more over exaggerated than Bill and Ted. Like, but then slower too.
Yeah.
Ethan, are you a sriracha fan at all?
Yeah. Only on Asian food.
Okay, so you don't mix and match then.
That's the one hot sauce I love, but I only like it on like a rice dish or something like that.
Okay.
Now, my other two, my top two are Tapatio is always number 1 forever, and I'll put that on pretty much everything. Like, I mean, I've put it in a beer before. Like, it's good.
Yeah.
Hot sauce in a beer is really good, by the way.
I'm gonna do that next time.
Like a little lime wedge and like
Make your enchilada.
Or like a Tecate, like a Mexican beer, Tecate, or maybe not Corona so much.
Okay.
But yeah, Tecate, you put a little bit of, that seasoning, is it tahini?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just sprinkle that on the rim of the can, and then dump some hot sauce in there. Dude, like a spicy beer. It's so good.
So not like mixer status. You're not taking like half the bottle or something. It's just a couple of drops.
Yeah, just on top. And then it'll eventually go into the mouthpiece of the can and kind of mix
on the
in there
outside of
its
the
own.
can.
Yeah, you just put it on top
like
of
a
the
rim,
can.
like a margarita or whatever.
Yep,
Gotcha.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's good stuff, yeah.
Yeah, there's a craft beer spot in Charlotte that serves those on the weekends, and they call them a dirty ashtray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. That's good, dude. I love that stuff. But yeah, like the Tapatio is, normally a Mexican hot sauce, but I'll put that on obviously Mexican food, but even other stuff too. Like I'll make like a sandwich and just, I want it spicy.
Yeah.
So I'll just put Tapatio on it. And then Valentina is my other favorite one. Black Label. That's the hotter one.
I don't think I know that one.
Yeah,
is that a California thing, or is it just?
You for sure. I mean, I can find it out here. Surely you can find it in Oregon. Like
Sure.
if you go to like
I'll have a look for it.
Mexican market, or I mean, I can get it in Kroger here. I think or Publix. Walmart would definitely, if you have like a Walmart market, you definitely would have it.
Okay.
Yeah, they make like a kind of yellowish orange label, and then there's a black label. It's a little bit hotter. But Valentina is solid, very solid.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I was going to ask about. Do you know the whole thing about Underwood Farms and sriracha?
I am pretty sure I do. I think someone has told me the story recently.
I mean, the Cliff Notes is just the idea that like this farm that Hui Fong was the producer of the most famous the Rooster bottle.
Yeah.
They had this handshake agreement, and they kind of went back on it and said, "Hey, we're going to need this many peppers," and then they didn't buy them from Underwood Farms, and Underwood Farms was like, "Well, screw you. We're going to make our own hot sauce," and so that's the one I've been having is that Underwood Farms makes a pretty good sriracha sauce as well.
Yeah, no, I love that. I'm pretty sure my friend I talked about earlier that lives in my neighborhood. His name's Kurt. He plays a bunch of instruments. Plays for Luke Combs.
Oh, cool.
And we were he had a bottle of sriracha. I was like, man, that looks a little different than like the normal one. He's like, and I think he was talking about, I think it was the Underwood Farms one. He said he reached out to them and they sent him like a case of it.
Oh, wow. I should have tried that.
I think it was when they first started putting it out, like after the whole split or whatever.
Yeah.
I know there was
like a
there was a point,
campaign thing. Yeah.
Totally. There was a point where like sriracha was like hard to get, like the actual like the Rooster bottle ones. And then I remember being at where was it? Sprouts Market. We have a couple Sprouts out here, and they had their own version, and it tasted exactly like the Rooster bottles. And so I bought that, and that's usually what I have now. But I think the regular sriracha is back now too.
It is, but they're not Underwood peppers anymore.
Yeah, see, got to go with the Underwood stuff.
Yeah. So Underwood also makes this. They called it a spicy barbecue sauce, which I guess it kind of is, but it's really just like the red jalapeno pepper sauce with a little bit of sweet. It's really good.
Interesting. Okay.
More calories. It's like 25 cents or 25 calories a tablespoon, as opposed to like 0 calories a tablespoon or whatever the old one is.
So sugar
but it's good. Yeah, exactly. They poured some sugar on me, and I liked it. It tasted good. So
if there's one thing I'm definitely not counting calories on, it's how much hot sauce I put on something.
Hot sauce, right? And that's where the problematic calories come from.
I'm sorry, but I'm not counting those. Like I might look at something and be like, all right, that's 400, that's 300. Right. Then I'm like,
if we're talking sodium, it's a whole different. Yeah, like there's a lot of sodium in there. We all know that.
Yeah, totally. So, Dude, no. There's always at least 2 bottles of Tapatio in our fridge. So there's a Valentina Black Label in there. And I'll buy some weird ones here and there if I see something cool. I'm like, oh, that's fun. Especially if I see like a high Scoville level. I love the Scoville level. It's fun.
Right.
Did you ever have the 5 Iron Frenzy hot sauce?
I never did though.
It was pretty good. I think it was pretty tame in terms of spice level.
Right.
They had good names for them. I think they were all like themed around 5 Iron song titles. But but in terms of like the really hot one was pretty good. But it wasn't like burn your face off or anything.
Okay. Reese used to have a trick. I don't know if he still does this. He had a trick on stage where if he was ever feeling sick, he would bring a bottle of hot sauce on stage.
Yes.
Which is so not good for your throat as a singer.
Right.
But it would help him get through the show. He was like, because I saw him doing it one time. We played a festival with them years ago with Supertones, and I was watching their set, and I was like, is he drinking hot sauce? And I asked him afterwards, I'm like, dude, you're drinking hot sauce on stage? And he's like, dude, I feel sick, and it just opens me up, and I can hit the right notes. I was like, there's no way that's good for your vocal cords.
You wouldn't think so. No,
like that acid, and I don't know. I can't imagine.
But it works.
It works longevity wise. I don't know. I can't imagine a vocal coach would recommend that as a technique.
Right.
You got to switch to Fireball to kind of make it last a bit longer.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what he ended up doing. Right.
Maybe I don't know that or
no. He did.
Jack Fire. Okay, fair.
Yeah. He went to Fireball afterward. Yeah.
It's the next logical step.
That's right.
Right. The next inevitable step.
Yes, exactly. Dudes, we hit the 3-hour mark.
We did.
We sure did. I was going to say
we did it.
I mean, I don't know what you're going to edit out, so maybe it's only going to be 2, or maybe it's going to be boring in 30 minutes. I don't know.
Or part 1 and 2, or
just lawn talk.
I was going to say, just save the leaf stuff. Yeah.
Lawn talk and hot ones.
Lawn talk, hot ones, and then the building test I need to do, of which how high I can go.
Right.
There we go.
That's all it is.
Top billing
and hovering, of course, because continuity we have to talk about the choppers.
I don't know if we should talk about the I don't want to make people feel bad about themselves.
Oh, okay.
I'm so rich that I have 2
I can see that.
helicopters.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it.
Yeah, right. I would get a third one, but gotta expand the helipad.
No,
It's a whole thing. You know,
Store up those treasures in heaven. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can get closer to heaven with a helicopter anyway.
True.
so-
True.
Oh,
yeah.
True, all
yeah.
the way up, like
Yeah.
you know, until the
That's-
atmosphere thins out.
Yeah, exactly. Just trying to think ahead, guys. That's all.
Amazing.
And that's the news from Lake Scavegan, where Ethan Luck is great, and Ethan Luck is also great. And lastly, Ethan Luck is great.
And I'm Ethan Luck, and that's news to me.
Onward, pickle soldiers.
We did another perfect podcast somehow.
This will actually be episode 100 when it comes out.
Ah, all right. Congrats. Hell yeah. Well, thanks for having me on, dudes. That was fun. It was.
Yeah, this was
Really appreciate it.
and we'll definitely have to have you back on.
I love the loose format. It was fun.
Appreciate all the raccoon stories, especially.
Right.
Yes.
Problem. Hey, it's our state animal here in Tennessee, so
That's right.
Yeah.
it really is.
I know.
It's accurate.
I hope people get that was a throwback to when Kevin Nealon did Weekend Update.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And that's news to me.
I love that so much.
Awesome.
Love it.
Close out.